Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Lowe's knows pros need the right tools for every job. That's why we sell the largest in-store selection of Klein tools anywhere. Find new items launching exclusively at Lowe's, like the self-leveling laser level for just $159.98. Plus, shop the Connect socket set for just $49.98. Get Klein tools in-store and online today. Because Lowe's knows tools. Lowe's knows pros.
Trust the experts at Coleman Roofing for all your roofing needs. Our Louisiana-based team offers top-notch roof replacement, expert sheet metal work, and efficient roof repairs. And we're committed to excellence and customer satisfaction. Visit ColemanRoof.com to learn more.
Water is water, right? Not when it's Evermore. Smooth-tasting Evermore water is Mother Nature's masterpiece. Evermore is natural artesian water. Maybe you want a healthier lifestyle, a high-end athlete who wants better hydration, or a parent who wants something healthier for their kids. You want Evermore. EVAMOR. Evermore. Available at great local retailers.
Why do billion-dollar insurance companies regularly delay and deny valid claims? Because that's how they got to be billion-dollar insurance companies. If you've been injured, I'd like to help.
Spencer Callahan is the one to see. Call 387-2323.
LA filing number 16-7969.
WNXX, Jackson, KNXX, Donaldsonville, and WDGL HD2 Baton Rouge. This hour brought to you by Spencer Callahan Injury Lawyers, LA 21-12681. Offices in Baton Rouge.
Good morning. It's 7 a.m. here on Friday, May 3rd. Today in Baton Rouge, you could expect cloudy skies with a high of 84. In hour one of today's show, we'll do a final look at the LSU versus Texas A&M series in Alex Box Stadium tonight. We'll also talk some New Orleans Saints roster moves and the latest with LSU and the transfer portal. You can follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 104.5 ESPN channel. Hour number one of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
Let we go! All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert. Yeah! Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, they said I got to come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo!
Yo! What's happening, y'all? Welcome in OTB Friday, May 3rd, 2024. Me and all my friends hate the Aggies, okay? Screw Texas A&M. Gage jump about to come for that throat tonight. How's everyone doing today? I'm feeling quite well. Shout out Evolve. Got a nice little workout in. Coffee coming. Got May the 4th tomorrow. I've got my Return of the Jedi 40th anniversary mug right here. Getting excited as me and Alondra do a holiday battle. Cinco de Mayo versus May the 4th. How's everyone doing today, Jake? What's up, dude?
Good. I've got my hefty disposable to-go coffee cup here.
Okay.
Full of coffee.
Where'd you pick that up from? Circle K?
Walmart.
Okay. Wait, like the cup?
Yeah, buy to-go cups.
So you got like a sleeve of those for the house. Oh, wow.
I buy to-go cups. I always put one in, then I bring my Yeti full of coffee.
Okay, hell yeah,
into the to-go cup there. So.
Right on.
I don't have a cool mug to show off is what I'm saying.
I love mugs.
Yeah, if you'd have told me, I would have brought my Back to the Future one.
I love your Back to the Future mug. It's very cool. Handles a hoverboard.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think maybe that's like one of the nerdy hallmarks is being like, oh man, are you telling me there's a logo of this thing that I love on this thing? Well, I'm gonna buy it. Like I like wearing T-shirts with stuff that I like on them, and
it gets me every time.
And mugs and all that kind of stuff. Alondra, what's up? How we doing? Bonjour.
Doing great.
Comment ça va?
A little tired. I don't know if I'm gonna make it to Foo Fighters tonight.
What?
Oh.
What in the soft ass Friday energy are you starting this show with right now, Alondra? Take a lap.
Long week.
I mean,
so, that's one of T-Bob's pet peeves.
I
if
know.
you take a deep sigh or if you say I'm tired
I hate
before a
sighs.
show.
Do not sigh. Oh God, there we go.
No, I don't know. I'm gonna chug this coffee in my Starbucks cup.
You got to do a little. You got to do a little Thursday night weekend, huh?
No.
Oh.
I'm just super tired. This has been a long week.
This is just getting
This
softer
is
by
so
the
bad.
second, dude. Taylor, you said a funny joke earlier that made me laugh. I can't remember if it's safe for on air or not. Is it?
Probably. Here's the thing. I don't think it was as good as you did. I forgot it.
I forgot it too.
Dang. It must have not been good.
You called me, I guess you could say that on the radio because it's not a real word, right?
Yeah, I think so.
You called me Dickle.
Yes.
And you said T Dickle.
Yeah.
And I was like, it sounds like I'm a SoundCloud rapper.
That's a pretty good joke. What's up? Listen to these beats by my boy T. Dickle. The point of this all is to say that, Alondra, you're already losing to Taylor this Friday, okay?
Wow.
So,
all right.
pick it up.
You better pick it up.
Pick it up.
I am.
And it's going to be hard to pick it up and beat Taylor because he's drinking something with a giant bear on it.
Okay.
An energy drink that I have never seen before.
Do you just bang different energy drinks every single day?
Every day.
So I usually got like 2 or 3 rotation. I go to the gas station this morning. I see this energy drink that I've never seen before called Grizzly Energy. And
Is it made by the same people that make the dip?
I don't know. And you're not going to not
Yeah, it's got little bits of fiberglass to
does.
cut your cheeks and actually gives you the ginseng even
You're
faster.
not going to not buy Grizzly
Let me
Energy,
see the,
right?
let me see
the
the can.
can.
Yeah.
It has little gummy bears on it, too.
Well, so they had.
I don't like the gummy bears.
Well, they
Yeah.
had 3 flavors. I don't remember what the other 2 were. One of them was like sour gummy bear.
Of
And I was
course,
like,
Are
you
you
got that
telling me
one.
that
Pretty
you
good.
are drinking a gummy bear flavor energy drink called Grizzly?
sour gummy bear? And T-Bob, let me
It's
tell you,
7 in
dude.
the morning.
Not,
Sour gummy
not
bear.
false advertising.
don't-
Tastes just like those sour gummy bears, dude.
There's a guy on Instagram, Benedict Palazzi. He's boys with Joey Molinaro, but he does this big cool called like, who's buying this? Where he'll find the most ridiculous items he can in a grocery store.
Taylor.
And be like, what human being is buying this part? Taylor.
Tay-Tay is.
What?
So, okay, T-Bob, if you're looking at an energy drink, right?
Yeah.
You see your normal Red Bulls, all your mainstream, you know,
Yeah.
all the mainstream energy drinks. And then you see one with a roaring bear called Grizzly Energy. That does not pique your interest. I mean, come on.
No, I feel like the further afield I get in the energy drink game, the more concerned I get. Like I just need like a classic sugar-free, tiny little Red Bull if I'm gonna go if I'm gonna energy, not some massive off-brand TikTok marketed sour gummy bear Grizzly. That's wild,
I will
bro.
say it does have a warning label on the back, and it
Oh,
says this is
man.
intended for healthy adults. So
Wait.
that's what it says.
You have to have a good heart to drink
Warning,
that.
this is
Zoom in
intended.
so our
Hang on,
listeners
look,
can
look,
see
look.
this.
Yeah, look at this thing.
Guys, look at the gum. It's sour gummy bear flavored. That's awesome. Sour gummy bears are delicious.
Has anybody
Zero
else
sugar.
ever seen this
I've
in
never
the
seen it.
store?
That's why I got it. I was like, when's the next time I'm going to come across this?
This is made by the Dip Company. That's the same logo.
There's so many. There's just so many.
It has nicotine in it.
There's so many new energy drinks. It feels like constantly flooding the market. How in the world is Grizzly Sour Gummy Bear going to break through if not for this promotion on the
Tay-Tay.
9th ranked
dude,
mid-market
I'm
morning
looking
sports
at the
talk show in
label.
McKinney.
True.
No, only 10 calories.
Yep.
Okay. Zero total fat.
We love a
That's
sugar
not bad.
free.
Yeah.
We love a sugar free.
Only 3 grams of carbs. Like, guys, this
How
thing
much
might
caffeine's in it?
be
800 milligrams.
Right.
What about levels of cancer?
Right.
Yeah, look, you know.
It doesn't say.
You don't
How
drink the
many
aspartame
carcinogens?
every day.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, that's the point.
160
I do. Diet Coke
milligrams
is
of
really good.
caffeine.
Real good.
What?
160 milligrams of caffeine. I don't know if that's a lot.
That's not. I mean,
No, that's not that much.
That's like I don't know how much that is actually. Cup of coffee.
Oh, how
maybe?
much?
2 cups
150
of coffee?
milligrams, you said?
I'm drinking a 20 ounce
160.
black coffee right now.
I don't know. I feel like the pre-workout I used to take was like 300.
Yeah.
I drank a Red Line Extreme one time and I just puked in the middle of the workout. But I had like one of the best workouts ever. I'll never forget it.
Yeah.
Complex One Day. Yeah, they don't know about Complex One.
I
These
will
kids
say
don't know about Complex One.
when I asked him to pick me up for work yesterday, I was like, I'll buy you an energy drink. As a thank you. So that's like his thing.
That's how he barters. Yeah.
Yeah.
That
I was
that
like,
is
I'll get you a
payment
Nas.
Acceptable for Taylor.
I was sitting there itching. I was like, y'all got any of them energy drinks?
You got any of them sour gummy bear Grizzlies? Look, let's be honest
so
though,
nasty.
about Texas A&M. Like, this like real honest. And I think they know this too. Like, they're gonna blow it, right? Like, they're not gonna finish this out. They're not gonna win the national championship. They might win something of note, probably not. Like, they will always choke in the end. They're kind of like Tennessee in that way. And I'm like, well, okay, if that's the case, why not force it on them? Force it on them this weekend. Let's go, Gage Jump. what is it, 14 scoreless innings in a row for Jump? And look, this is what I would say to Gage, bruh. You didn't come here to play school, okay? You came here to play baseball for 1 year. And thus far, you've been playing school. You want to go be a big leaguer next week? Go prove to be a big leaguer tonight. Go toe-to-toe with the lefty Prager and find a way to win and get it done. Punch him in the mouth from game 1 and then find a way on games 2 and 3 to sneak in a series win. That's what I would say to Gage Jump.
Well, I told y'all they're due for an upset.
Yeah, for sure, dude. That's what I'm saying. Like, they're going to choke. And like we said, dude, baseball's got to have a moment. You can't go an entire season without having a moment. And granted, it's not like this is the last opportunity for a moment, but this is a golden opportunity. Like we kind of touched on yesterday, this is what I would call a golden ticket weekend, in that a series win this weekend would do so much heavy lifting towards eliminating the toxicity and the bad of the first half of the year. It would give you a third series win in a row. It would set you up for a couple of series. Like all of a sudden you would enter going to Tuscaloosa much more confidently. Not to say that we would expect you to do it, but you would enter with a pep in your step that you would not have otherwise. So go be the hunter. Be the aggressor. You get to play free. You don't have the burden of expectation on you like they do. They're supposed to be the number 1 team. You're supposed to suck. Go out and punch them in the mouth, dude. A&M is soft, and they will fold at the end of the day in everything.
So I think you're asking for Gage Jump to go out there with the mentality to be Kenny Powers.
Yeah. Yes. 1,000%.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which I can fully get behind. Because why not?
I
can't say what he wants to. Yeah. I mean, you can try to say as best you can. I'm actually curious how you're going to say it.
I am the man because I can throw the ball faster than F. It's the best line that's ever been written in any television show ever. It's so simple and so beautiful and so perfect. I mean, why is Paul Skeens the man?
Because he can throw fast as F.
I mean, that it's that simple, okay? Gage Jump, go be Kenny.
So you have, like, when you look at your first 2 starters, and we said it yesterday, you have the opportunity to go out there and keep it close enough for the lineup to make the play.
Yeah.
But we also talked about how the play hasn't been there. Well, actually, it's been there. You just haven't made the play.
Yeah.
And so that's going to be your opportunity. I fully expect Gage Jump and Luke Holman to give you that chance, to give you the opportunity in a close game with runners on base for you to drive them in and take a lead, tie it up, whatever it might be. It will be there. It will be there. I can almost speak in absolutes because that's how it's played out. But you got to take advantage of that.
I mean, to your point, Jake, you had the lead in all 3 Arkansas games. Against Vandy, you had 4 outs to go for a series win before it fell apart. You have been so close. Eventually, you got to cross that finish line, and why not do it against the number 1 team in the entire country? So I can't wait, dude. 7 p.m. tonight. It's going down in the box. If you're there, get loud. Make it intimidating on Texas A&M. And granted, look, the team's got to give you something to cheer for, right? But be angry. Be aggressive. Get into their head and try to will, with your energy, some of that Alec Box magic that we know, that we've seen time and time again. So try to will some of that into reality, right? Manifest it. White's been doing a lot of manifesting lately, and it actually seems like it's paying pretty good dividends thus far. So I would say if you're a fan today, an LSU baseball fan, manifest a series win over this weekend. Jump on them early. Get it?
Yeah.
Who's going to hit leadoff tonight, do you think?
Paxton Kling.
Nah, bro.
I mean, for real, like, is that for real?
He's been hitting leadoff.
That's probably true.
I guess, yeah. I mean,
he shouldn't have been, but he has been, so.
So you say he shouldn't have been. Who else would you go with, though?
I would go with Ashton Larson.
I was about to say, you
lineup.
just go Larson?
Yeah.
Or does that
if you
kind
want
of
to win
screw
against
the
Texas
zone
A&M,
that Larson is in?
I mean, he batted second last weekend.
That's
Yeah,
fair.
it's different,
I don't know
though.
if that's that big. I mean, yeah, it's different, but it's not like you're moving him from 8 to 1.
That's true.
You're moving from 2 to 1.
I mean,
Bat
I
number
would
400
much
in SEC
rather.
play.
I would much rather have Braswell up there and be competitive in every single at bat than have someone that's going to come out of their cleats and strike out in the leadoff spot. That's not what that spot's for.
Yeah, and it just sets a bad tone, sets a bad feeling, doesn't it?
Braswell Larson.
That's how I would go.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll see what
and then
Coach
White,
Johnson has.
Bear, Travinsky, and then you can figure out the rest.
Yeah.
Then go from there. So again, me and all my friends hate the Aggies all day, every day, but especially today. All right, coming up next here on OTB, we got a couple tidbits of Saints news. Maybe it's a little Coach Prime. Wait, no, hold on. No, that's going to be later in the show. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I do want to talk a little bit about Kool-Aid McKinstry, a bit about Peyton Turner, and then, that's kind of the segment. And then one of LSU's defensive tackles officially announces where's he going. Get to it next here on OTB.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Tommy's Windows, Doors, and Siding. You need any type of door. You need hardy plank or vinyl siding. You need wood or vinyl windows. You need Tommy's. GEAUXTommys.com. Look, make Tommy's one of the bids for your project and let Tommy prove to you firsthand why they won the Angie Service Award every single year, all 7 years since the company was founded. Now, Tommy's been in this game for 27 years, okay? And after 2 decades in this business, he said, you know what? I got a lot of experience. No, and there are some things that I do differently. And that's why he made Tommy's Windows, Doors, and Siding. And that's why it has been so successful. So again, GEAUXTommys.com, GEAUXTommys.com.
Yeah, have Tommy come out to the house and you'll see exactly what we're talking about. And if you don't believe us, which you should, by the way, but you can check out the testimonials on the website, GoTommys.com. You can check out a gallery of what they can do for you. That is GoTommys, GEAUXTommys.com.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
When it comes to ending cancer, we push forward, always working together for you. That's why our cancer experts at Ochsner have clinically integrated with MD Anderson Cancer Center. This means advanced cancer care, including access to life-saving clinical trials and integrating care to treat the whole you. Introducing Ochsner MD Anderson Cancer Center. Long live you.
BRAC teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered.
Matt Moscona inviting you to join us for Friday's AFR, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. Rico Payton, Saints rookie, he'll be here. Get you set for LSU Texas A&M at the box, and it's transfer portal decision day for some big targets. Join us 3 to 6, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Turn it up. Me and Alondra couldn't decide who should get to reign supreme musically today, Star Wars or Cinco de Mayo. So we have decided to join forces. Join me, and together we can rule the galaxy.
Or Mexico.
So now we got a little...
I kind of like it. I'm not even going to lie. Yeah.
Mexicano Star Wars. Hey, Emperor Palpatine. Sorry. It's a bad accent.
Yeah, well,
I don't know.
Wait, have you ever seen like Always Sunny when they're like
Hello.
say a Latin accent or whatever?
Yeah. I know Luke. Yeah, were you talking about D's, sweet D's?
Yeah,
very offensive accents that she does for
when they
every
did like
group.
no when Charlie and Max started saying it like you like a cholo.
Oh no, I'm not. I don't remember it off the top of my head. I haven't seen all of the new season yet, but that is probably the best show of all time. Always Sunny is. That, Trailer Park Boys would be up there in terms of comedy sitcoms for me. I know like a lot of people love like Curb Your Enthusiasm, stuff like that. All right, let's get to a couple pieces of Saints news here. As, guys, unexpected, the New Orleans Saints have declined Peyton Turner's 5th-year option.
What?
Yeah. I know.
How could they?
I don't know. It was only $14 million.
That blocked field goal.
It was only $14 million.
That one time.
Only $14 million.
He's been active 14 times, maybe.
Hey, 15.
Okay.
My guy's appeared in 15 games since he's been drafted. 15 games in 3 years. Remember, he got 2 last year. He showed up for the first game and he showed up for the last game.
Okay.
So
that book in.
I mean, that's just good business to me, right? Work smarter, not harder.
Mm-hmm.
Show up, make an appearance, kind of dip out, do whatever you want, and then at the end of the night, they're like, "Oh, he's still here? Oh, wow, grinder!" So, hey, man, I know, dude. I can't quit. I think we should start calling him Forgetting Sarah Marshall or Forgetting Peyton Turner.
Yeah.
Because I'm getting like real P.O.P. vibes out of Peyton where I'm like, Peyton, you got to, do like, you got to do something.
You actually have to do something.
You can't do nothing. You got to do something.
To attribute to this team.
Peyton Turner.
Golly.
Yeah. So they declined the 5th-year option. I have no greater
Can
point.
they decline the 4th-year option?
Look. So this is how would you feel if Peyton Turner just went out there and like balled out this year?
Again,
happy or mad?
Happy.
Okay.
You know me, T. One of my pet peeves in this business is when someone can't admit that they were wrong about a take, and they find a way and they circle around it to try to make themselves sound like they weren't wrong. Yeah, I would love. No, it's not smart.
It's good
I hate
business.
it. I would love to come on here, pat my chest, and say, "My bad, coach. I was wrong. That's on me."
Well,
I would love to.
But would you not be kind
Same
of
thing with Derek Carr.
I guess
would love to.
Like as a Saints fan, I think it would be kind of annoying. It'd be good to get a year out of production, and it would probably mean that you'd have like maybe a better team year overall. Obviously, if he could rush the interior, and you got like Chase Young coming off the edge, Granderson. But it would be a little annoying if here in the money year he decides to be awesome, and then you're like, oh, okay, so now are we gonna pay you? Or are we gonna let somebody else pay you? Now, granted, I don't think it's gonna happen. And even if he did get awesome, I doubt that you would try to bring him back given the body of work that you have seen up to this point. So, yeah, I guess at the end of the day, just give me something, 28th overall pick. Just give me something.
Yeah. Like that. And injuries are injuries, whatever. I get that. But you are given a golden opportunity. When you're selected in the first round, it buys you so much equity in your career to start off your career with.
Yeah.
And he'll get another chance too. Like, he won't get picked up by the Saints. He's already been declined. He'll get another opportunity because he's a first-round pick. That to me, like, man, sometimes you just got to look at it and be like, I was wrong. If you're Mickey Loomis, I was wrong.
And he does have the freakish kind of body and everything going along with him, which will make somebody think I can fix him. But I do want to be clear. A lot of people, Jake, I think, will point to Peyton Turner and say, oh, he's like Marcus Davenport 2.0. Now, Marcus Davenport, you should have never given up extra picks for, right? But Marcus Davenport was light years more productive than Peyton Turner was, which really gives you some insight into how badly Peyton Turner has struggled thus far. I mean, Davenport had, like a 9-sack season at least? And when he's played, he's done well. Peyton Turner's been pretty invisible no matter what.
15 games. So he's got 3 sacks in his career. So 15 games, 3 sacks, 5, 8, and 2. So how much? 20, what did you say, 28?
5 games, 8 games, and 2 games? Yikes.
Yeah.
Yikes.
So he's made he's made over $1 million a sack without question.
Yeah, easily.
I mean, multiple millions per sack.
Yeah. Now, opposite of Peyton Turner, and maybe one of the more exciting picks of the entire draft would be the New Orleans Saints managing to get Kool-Aid McKinstry in the second round. I really enjoyed Nick Underhill's film breakdown of McKinstry. I would say this: Nick normally does a pretty good job of not going too head over heels. Now, he may err on the side of optimism, like a lot of us do when we're in the quantum realm of the offseason. But man, Jake, when I say he was effusive about McKinstry, like he was over the top in love with the tape. And remember this: Eli Ricks transferred to Alabama, correct? And wasn't Kool-Aid a freshman when he beat him out? And wasn't Eli Ricks awesome in Philly last year?
He was good. No, he certainly played better than I thought he would.
Did he grade out? Like, I thought he graded out really well.
He played well. He was kind of like normal Eli Ricks. He was taking chances and going to pick it off or get beat. But, no, much better than I thought he would. So yeah.
The point is, a cornerback room of Lattimore, Adebo, Taylor, and McKinstry could actually be one of the best in the entire NFL. Like that room will be so hyper competitive, whether McKinstry fits into the slot, manages some snaps on the outside. Somebody's going to be a little left out, which is not a bad thing though. 3 of the 4 will play. But I kind of like that because again, it means that everybody's going to be going hard as hell and you have some injury insurance.
That's really what I was going to say. Somebody's going to get left out, but you have to know that you got to bring it every single day or you're going to be the person that is left out. And those are young players, too, outside of Lattimore. And Lattimore, unless something happened, like he's obviously going to be out there.
Yeah.
So you've got 3 young players, 3 guys that feel really confident about their skill set, right? If you've heard Alontae Taylor, Paulson Adebo, they feel good about where they're at, and they should. I mean, they've been good pros so far. That's going to be an interesting battle. And how the Saints kind of format their secondary. And you've got Jordan Howden at the safety position. Obviously, you've got Tyron back there. So you have a really deep room, corners and safety. And you have some corners that have shown you they can play safety in a pinch as well.
So,
or pinch, as we say in the 318.
Peyton Turner, we need you to just do something. Do anything. Kool-Aid McKinstry, I'm excited to get eyes on you coming up this year. I do want to remind you of any AC, heating, or electrical needs. Hit up our friends at Accutemp, Baton Rouge. AccutempBR.com is the website. Thousands of reviews and a 4.9 on Google, right? They say service to the highest degree. And again, that's how they've arrived where they have because they leave no stone unturned when it comes to taking care of you. This is really, I know I tell this story all the time, but it is true. Where the first time I had them out, my wife didn't know we did commercials for them, and she just out of the blue texted me like, that was the best service I have ever gotten. And every time we've had them out since, that has remained consistent. Okay, so check them out today. If you need a whole home generator, storm season coming up, it's all there. Accutemp, AC, heating, electrical needs, AccutempBR.com. So LSU has been in the market for some defensive tackles. One of them, Demonic Williams, remember, old boy from, why am I blanking on his name, from Michigan State?
Simeon Barrow.
Simeon Barrow is kind of the one that's more crystal ball to you that you're kind of expected to win. Dominic, I believe, was thought to be like an LSU-Texas battle, but it looks like out of nowhere, even though it took me 5 minutes to figure out what school it was from the Hayes Fawcett graphic, out of nowhere, Dominic Williams committing to Oklahoma. So, the Oklahoma NIL remains very strong because I cannot imagine that Brent Venables is that cool. But Brent Venables, Landon Williams, LSU missing on their first big defensive tackle target.
So you have to get Barrow.
You have
like
to,
that. That is like now it is full court press. It is can't allow him to go anywhere else. It has to be the addition that you have, like all those things. Like it has to be that because Williams was a guy that you wanted to pair with Barrow. Like you wanted to try to get them both. Now you still can get 2 defensive tackles, but you need the front end guy.
Who's old boy from Monroe? From ULM
Huntington?
That was basically right. Yeah, Huntington.
Right.
That was ranked right with him. And they had said, like, no, we're doing a research, we're in contact, blah, blah, blah. But they were going to kind of let the Dominic and Barrow chips fall where they may. So now this feels like an immediate pivot and all-in pursuit of Huntington.
And look, maybe there's something already in place, and maybe that will be announced here later on. I don't know, because those decisions are coming down the wire now. You're starting to see everyone that was in that second portal window start to commit because, well, you got to. I mean, school's about to be over in your old spot. You got to get to your new spot. Summer workouts start at the end of this month. So those decisions will probably come down today and Monday. You'll start to see them all. But again, whatever you have to do, like it'd be nice to get the piece from ULM, but you got to get Barrow from Michigan State. Whatever you have to do, whatever that NIL deal looks like, you have got to bump it up if you have to.
Now, we looked it up the other day, and the ULM guy basically breaks right next to these cats, right? Like it wasn't some it's not some big drop-off or big difference in terms of how they're thought of. Now, and then he's young as well, right? Wasn't he just was he a freshman and he went all conference?
Williams was the one that
Williams
was
was very young as well. He was a freshman All-American. Then as a sophomore, he was all Big 12. So he's got a couple years left. But for some reason, I thought Huntington was as well. Taylor, surely you know.
Yeah, so he played in.
He was a senior? Okay, never mind. I had my streams crossed a bit. Taylor, I could see you biting back a take during that conversation. Do you have some pepper that you want to add?
No, I mean, Oklahoma for Dominic Williams actually was the early favorite.
Okay.
Early. Like, I think that was his first visit when he left TCU. Then when he went to LSU and Texas, everybody's like, hey, these are schools that could compete in the playoff. You know, these teams are ready. You're going to go in and start day one. So that's kind of where that came from. And I guess it was like, hey, I'm going to go back to Oklahoma. Like, that was his first visit. So
I don't know how much this means, but Simeon Barrow Jr. yesterday or maybe 2 days ago, when we had this conversation, he was 100% to LSU, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. What's it at now?
Miami, 95.9%. LSU, 4.1%.
I did read a couple days ago in one of Shay's recruiting tidbit pieces that Miami was coming in with the big bag. So, couple of tough losses. If you indeed do end up losing both those couple of tough losses for Bo Davis and company, as he had a chance to gain some both functional and symbolic wins there
because
early on.
Yeah, it's getting kind of slim pickings here.
Huntington, you're our only hope.
Because, I mean, you got a slew of Michigan State defensive tackles, actually 3 from Michigan State. CJ West has already moved on. So if you don't get Barrow Jr., which, again, you never know, like, because Crystal Ball had LSU 100%. Now it's Miami 95%. But you wanted 2, T. And if you get one and you kind of limp into the one that you get, that ain't great.
So that's a little disconcerting. When we get back here in OTB, who wants to talk about some EA College Football 25? Keep it locked.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Get Gordon and get it done today. 225-888-8888. You need somebody who's going to fight for you when you get in an accident? Well, that's where Gordon McKernan comes in, okay? You call that number, and you have someone who's going to be on your side, who's going to stand up to the big insurance companies, and who's going to get you what you deserve. Get a free consultation now. Like, even if you didn't do it immediately after the accident, you're injured, you want to explore your options, you can go to getgordon.com or just call them at, your area code, then all of the 8s. And as always, follow them on social media for a lot of great content with your favorite members of the G team. Get Gordon and get it done.
GetGordon.com. Go to the website, get a consultation set up today. If you have a question, they can answer it on the website. You can also see what they can do for you in the courtroom, cases they handle, past client results. T-Bob said it, social media, what they're doing in the community at Get Gordon is always the handle. Pick up the phone, your area code in Louisiana, followed by 888-8888.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
When it comes to ending cancer, we push forward, always working together for you. That's why our cancer experts at Ochsner have clinically integrated with MD Anderson Cancer Center. This means advanced cancer care, including access to life-saving clinical trials and integrating care to treat the whole you. Introducing Ochsner MD Anderson Cancer Center. Long live you.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is taking $11,000 off the new 23 Dodge Charger. We're open for business in our beautiful new showroom and taking $11,000 off the powerful new Charger. All new Bayou vehicles come with a 1 million mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
The best kept secret in town is out. Discover Tallulah at the Renaissance Hotel on Bluebonnet.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial properties. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local. So call today at 293-0450 or lainsurance.net.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs, even in the case of an after-hours emergency. The light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like Vans custom.
Join us for the Friday edition of Live at Lunch from Rufino's on Highland Road. We're getting you ready for the weekend, the NBA playoffs, Kentucky Derby, and LSU baseball against Texas A&M. Live at Lunch, 11 a.m. Friday from Rufino's on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Welcome back to OTB. Hebert and Jacob Hester and Taylor hanging out with you today. God, I am loving this Mexican Star Wars music.
I actually
here.
can't believe we found some.
There's a lot. We got next segment lined up as well.
Oh, cool. I didn't even see that.
Oh yeah. God, it's such a
They're
good
actually
scene
pretty
too.
good.
It's John Williams music, at its core.
Yeah.
And also mariachi style music is like some of the most feel good music in existence.
Yeah.
You hear it and you can't help but just like
Some of
get in
it-
a boppy good mood.
Yeah.
It's all right. It's not
Some of it makes me want to drink my sorrows away, though.
Oh, 1,000% it makes you want to drink.
Look,
Especially
it's
if
not-
you know what they're saying.
It's not AC/DC on a string quartet, T-Bob, but it's pretty good.
Yeah, Taylor told us that at his wedding that he hired a string quartet and his one Ryan Breck says Ham Tamatio. That's pretty good. Ham Tama Solo. That his one request to the string quartet was to play Thunderstruck.
It sounded really
which
good.
I can't hear it in my head.
Oh, there's plenty. I'll show you one during break. It's so
I cannot
good.
imagine that
it?
song without
No,
the drums.
no, but I've heard a different version.
Oh, dang. This is
Okay. Actually, Stephen Miller got it right. Juan Solo. Yeah. Juan Solo. Hey, where did he go? Alderon? See? Hey, family there. Does make me want to mark. That is for sure. Okay, what are we talking about next? I know I'm like on the edge of doing things that I'm not supposed to like do in modern times.
That's
but-
why I'm just looking at my computer. So when you do them and they replay this, they have me staring at the computer and you doing it.
Jeez.
No, don't act like you're sick and dying now.
No Mexican truly cares.
Yeah, you can't be mad.
Yeah.
True.
Like, seriously.
Anyway, okay. Taylor, can you get that Chris Fowler video with audio ready to go? We got some details leaking out. Where'd my story go? We got some details leaking out on EA College Football 25. First off, I got to give credit to our guy, Chris Fowler. As you're going to see in the video, he looks jacked. I mean, you can tell that Fowler, I don't know if it's like a TRT or whatnot. He's got a little bit of like the Cena face going on, but our guy's looking swole. But Fowler just recently wrapped recording on all of his work. He's been at it for 2 years, apparently. Let me know, Taylor, when we have it ready to go. And I think even though it sounds pretty run-of-the-mill what he says here, I think there's actually a lot of details to be gleaned. Okay, here's Chris Fowler.
And folks, that's a wrap from my part of the voiceover work for the EA Sports college football game. I'm told more than 115 hours over about 2 years. It was a wild experience. Kirk and I did some joint recordings on the final session, covering some analysis in the booth. If your quarterback throws 5 interceptions that you continue to call nothing but pass plays, that is analyzed. If your team goes to triple overtime or beyond and it becomes a contest of 2-point conversion plays and your defense picks one off and runs it back for a pick 2 to win the game, that's in the game, along with a crazy reaction. Got done reading more than 700 player names in the game. It is an incredibly detailed process. I couldn't be more impressed with everyone at EA. Total pros who care so much about the quality and sweat the details. EA is going to release much more information about gameplay, etc. Cover athletes, I know, before the end of the month, so keep an eye out for that. It was a really cool experience. Couldn't be more proud to be part of this stuff, but I'm also glad to have my office back for the first time in a couple of years. I moved all the sound equipment out. Now I can see the walls again, which feels pretty good.
Is that a New Orleans painting behind him, by the way?
Look like it.
Right? Yeah, absolutely. Okay, a lot to be gleaned there. First off, I think this is further confirmation that EA, which at times can pursue profit above all, and will do so with this, make no mistake about it, but that they understand that they can't screw this up. They are definitely going, they are leaving no stone unturned in trying to bring back this franchise. I also can't wait for the internet to immediately, the day it's released, create the overtime situation to see what the reaction is. And then I would say this. Oh, this is another cool detail. It didn't come out there, but Matt Brown from the Extra Points newsletter, it's a very good college football newsletter. Matt Brown's really and touch on all the EA Sports or all the EA College Football kind of insight. Apparently, there will be multiple broadcast teams based on how big the game is. So if you hear Herbie and Fowler, that means you're in a big boy matchup, Jake. You're probably not going to be hearing Herbie for a couple of years.
Yeah, if I'm starting out with ULM, probably not going to hear Herbie ever at ULM. It's probably going to be that ascension that I get to, maybe when I become the offensive coordinator. I'll probably go ULM, Tulane, then LSU. Got to keep it all in state.
Hell yeah.
So probably won't hear him until I get to LSU.
See, Tulane would be one that I could have. That's a big enough brand. Cool unis. Like, could also get behind like doing like a Minnesota dynasty. I told you Nebraska's probably going to happen for your boy.
Yeah, you just got to get to those points. You can't start at those points.
I'm going to be rocking a lot of 2v2s online on stream, hopefully. And I kind of want to play with like a Nebraska or, a not as good team online and just get really good at beating better teams. It's always a good feeling.
If you end at Nebraska, then you start in the MAC.
Well, I'm not talking about dynasty. I'm talking about going online head-to-head and just like using Nebraska against like Alabama and Georgia. It's like 2010 FIFA World Cup where I would only play with the U.S. And just do constant battles against Spain and Brazil, and it made me really good at defense.
2010 World Cup, we actually had a nice little run.
Good little run.
Yeah.
Who could forget the Donovan goal?
Yeah.
That angle just lives rent-free in my head. Also, how about this? And we'll go to break, and maybe we can think about it during the break. So there's going to be multiple cover athletes, current athletes, which is obviously departures from the past, but only one at each position. And I don't know how many positions they're going to do, but all the Power 5 conferences will be represented. But the question remains, who should be the one at each position? Think about it during the break. Put your answers in the chat, and we'll get to them next here on OTB.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Go to All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge, All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com. You need a new vehicle, or you need a Toyota used vehicle where you get a great deal and you still have a great warranty to choose from. Maybe you need to just lease, right? Like I remember a few years ago, I went in there and kind of unexpectedly, we just got a new car, and unexpectedly we had to suddenly get a new one, and I was stressed, man. I was like, okay, I got a number. What can we do? And I ended up leasing a Camry. Never leased a car before. Never would have thought I got a Camry. And you know what? It was great for 3 years. Me and that Camry, we had a lot of good memories, a lot of good memes. That could be you. Maybe not a Camry, but the point is that could be your answer lies of an airline in Goodwood, very conveniently located, All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge.
But it could be a Camry.
Could be a Camry.
It could be a Sienna. Could be a
Camry
Tundra. Could be a Tacoma. It could be a lot of things because they got a lot of things. Multiple options and everything they do over at All-Star, buying new, leasing, and renting. All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the JimsFirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the JimsFirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
Power up your next project with John Deere Deals by Sunshine. Whether you're working hard or playing hard, our knowledgeable team will help you find the right product for you. Ask us about our amazing tractor package promotions. Learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you.
It's on. Join me for a Friday edition of the Hunt Palmer Show presented by Cork's Cajun Fried Fish and Shrimp. Preston Guy talking LSU football. Chris Tamui getting you ready for LSU and Texas A&M from the box. Hunt Palmer Show 1 to 3 weekdays, 104.5 ESPN, Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Okay, keep this one playing. I want to hear this. This is El Mando.
Yeah, I like this one.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm at a quinceañera right now.
Do I look 15?
No, absolutely not.
I think
Damn. Do I look like a 15-year-old girl?
The pose is pretty spot on.
Facial hair is a little off.
Yeah.
But other than that, yeah.
I mean, this actually makes sense that it would work because Star Wars has always been inspired by spaghetti westerns and kind of western kind of cowboy feel, but especially Mando. It's a very western frontier vibe. All right, one quarterback will end up. So again, one player per position on the cover of EA College Football. Who will be the quarterback? I think it's actually pretty obvious who ends up on there.
Ain't no doubt about it.
Yep, you already know. Say it. You don't want to, but say it. Especially
you think
you
Shedeur
hate
Sanders
this.
is like automatic?
I think Shedeur Sanders is automatic.
I agree. Yeah, it has to be Shedeur Sanders.
I think Carson Beck is probably the best NFL prospect, but is just the most boring person ever.
Well, that's the thing. It's like you're looking at hype, profile,
Quinn
everything,
Ewers, awesome,
yeah.
but boring as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because he was told he needed to be more boring.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, don't get me wrong. I was watching The Last Duel again last night. I don't know why I keep coming back to The Last Duel. I freaking love that movie.
Great movie.
It's like when I'm like folding clothes, I'll like put it on in the background. But I mean, Quinn used to have the exact same hairstyle and facial hair of Matt Damon in that movie.
Matt Damon.
I wish he would bring it back. So I do like Quinn somewhat. But I mean, Shedeur's got the profile, he's good enough, and you get all the free Prime marketing. I mean, like, come on. If you're EA Sports, if you would do anything else, you would be dumb.
Well, you're trying to sell the game to as many people as possible. So even if you're not a big football fan, you could walk by and you'd be like, it's Dion's kid. Like, you don't even have to know his name.
Exactly.
Like, that's easy,
I think Shedeur's
easy
a lock. Now, immediately after Shedeur, it becomes way more complicated to think about who will be. Who would be the other, like try to find me a wide receiver that would be on there.
Yeah, I mean, all the elite ones are.
Because like if you look, Teteroa McMillan from Arizona has the best returning stats of anybody in the country. We kind of landed on Luther Burden on snaps. Maybe it's kind of, and if you're making a college football game, it's like enough of a deep cut where you're like, look, we care about the game. This is a Mizzou player, right? But then Luther Burden still has like some kind of name cachet, definitely among the EA college football crowd, I would imagine.
No, he would. He would, because there's not, like when you're looking around at a receiver across the country, there's not a surefire name. A lot, like Taylor said, like all those guys just got drafted. All the guys that were studs their sophomore year. Like you look at the mock drafts for next year, Luther Burden is going to be the first receiver off the board on almost everyone that you see.
There you go.
There's not a
mock
receiver.
drafts for next year.
Oh yeah,
the internet has everything.
Yeah, McMillan is also a first rounder. To your point, in a lot of these mock drafts.
I just love his name, Teteroa McMillan. Whew. So syllabic. Okay, give me another player that you think makes the cover.
Will Campbell.
Yeah.
I hadn't even considered that.
When
dude.
you said one O lineman, that was the name that came to me.
Will Campbell, in every mock draft that you see, he's top 5.
Okay, I had not considered that. I got goosebumps. Hell yeah.
Yeah, Will Campbell.
I'll buy a freaking Will Campbell
I actually
EA
think
cover.
Will Campbell will be on one of the covers.
That would be sick, dude. That would make me, even though I don't have a disc drive, that would almost make me purchase a physical copy of the game just to honor an O lineman getting an EA Sports cover.
I don't have one either, but I would get one just to because Will Campbell's awesome.
Put it in the office, be like a good decoration.
Yeah, I was about to say to have it out like up on the shelves.
I think Caleb Downs probably ends up on a cover because it's going to be so portal heavy. He's got superstar. It's going to be Ohio State. That makes a lot of sense to me.
I mean, I'm not trying to show local bias, but like for linebackers, is there a bigger name than Harold Perkins?
I don't know if you can go Perk coming off of last year, dude.
I mean, who do you get?
He'll be in contention though, Taylor.
Yeah.
Just talking to different. He'll be. By the way, like this has gotten me now looking at things I shouldn't with mock drafts for the next draft, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Emory Jones, number 18 to the Cleveland Browns, according to ESPN.com for next year. Shout out.
So let's just use that as a vehicle to say appreciate what you have with those bookend tackles this year because it's been such a smooth 3 years. And while I love the pipeline, it's going to be a long time before you have two guys as consistent and as solid as Will Campbell and Emory Jones have been for you these last few years.
Defensive tackle maybe on the cover if you said every position was going to be represented. Mason Graham from Michigan.
Yeah.
He was awesome last year.
Yeah, I could see that. All right, hour 2 of OTB coming up next.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge. All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com. How about our guy, Nyquillis, hooking us up with some copy points. Says the most anticipated Toyota release in a decade, the 2025 4Runner. 2 new Overland-specific packages, all new interior and exterior design, and 13-inch infotainment. Hell yeah, sounds great. Go check it out if you want a 4Runner. Or get a Sienna, you know? I don't know the specs on it. I can just say that it's awesome. There's a ton of room for activities. It's a hybrid. My new one is. And it looks really sick. It looks like you're driving the Batmobile if you get it all black. All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge.
Which version of the Batmobile? I'll let you ponder that.
The Batman, a cartoon that not many probably remember.
Deep cut. Either way, Batmobile. You can drive it. All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
At Relief Windows, we're more than windows. We're windows, doors, hardy plank, and vinyl siding. But our #1 product is always customer satisfaction. Visit us online at reliefwindows.com.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared towards seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
When it comes to ending cancer,
We push forward, always working together for you. That's why our cancer experts at Ochsner have clinically integrated with MD Anderson Cancer Center. This means advanced cancer care, including access to life-saving clinical trials and integrating care to treat the whole you. Introducing Ochsner MD Anderson Cancer Center. Long live you.
BRAC teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. BRAC, your #1 park system in the nation.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Bayou Ford has the new inventory to get you in a new Ford truck or SUV today, or customize your next vehicle just the way you want. All new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
Good morning. It's 8 a.m. here on Friday, May 3rd. Today in Baton Rouge, you can expect cloudy skies with a high of 84 in hour 2 of today's show. We'll continue our discussion with NFL. We may get back into a little bit of college baseball and who knows what else here on this Friday edition. You can follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at 1045 ESPN channel. Hour number 2 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
Let we go! All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah!
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, P, they said I got to come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo, yo, yo.
Y'all, welcome back. Okay, a lot of comments to get to here. YouTube.com/1045 ESPN. If you want to get involved. All right. First, Gold South says, T-Bob didn't think about Will Campbell because he always ranks everyone over LSU and Louisiana. LOL. Okay, look.
Yeah.
Fair on the Louisiana front. But again, like I said yesterday, we have to be critical of what we love. You know? Okay, so that's fair. But again, I think I'm kind of calling a spade a lot of times when I'm talking about some of the problems here. In terms of not thinking, and then who was it? Tommy says, when T-Bob gets around his national media guys, LSU all of a sudden becomes secondary. Like, have some damn pride, man. Well, here's the deal. I don't pretend to be fully objective. I mean, I do a show with 2 LSU jerseys behind me every day, right? When on like snaps and whatnot. And I think as a human being, it's impossible not to have biases. But you try to be somewhat objective. And I'm sorry, if you look at the SEC right now, where does LSU rank going into this year? Like, be honest with yourself. Georgia's above them. Texas is above them. I guess Alabama's a bit of an unknown, but you know, I think Kalen DeBoer's resume and
I've got like
that team.
I've got like it's Georgia.
Yep.
Tier 1.
Yep.
Then it's Texas tier 2. And then and I'm not saying like tier 3, like, oh, they're way down. I'm just saying if you're tiering this thing, and then 3 would be like a combination of Alabama, Tennessee, LSU, maybe even Missouri.
Ole Miss has to be in there.
And Ole Miss, sorry.
Yeah,
yes.
Ole Miss has to be in there as well.
So I don't have
agree.
Ole Miss up there with Texas, but they're probably the leader of that next tier.
See, I still hate that with Texas. I still feel like, do it twice,
They do.
Do it twice. But I get it. I get how we're arriving there. And I agree with your tiered system. Like, it's not to say that I think that LSU is definitely worse than Ole Miss or Mizzou or Tennessee or Alabama. I agree with that grouping right there. But if you look, if you forced me to rank them, like you have to, gun to the head, I would probably have Alabama and Ole Miss ahead of LSU, and I would have LSU ahead of Mizzou and Tennessee.
What would make you put Alabama over LSU?
Just Kalen DeBoer's resume and now having the team that he has.
His resume is not going to. I love Kalen DeBoer, and all he does is win. But I'm not sure that just the resume, because BK's resume too.
Yeah, I think DeBoer's.
We start talking about what BK did at a lower level, just like Kalen DeBoer.
No doubt.
It's kind of actually kind of similar path and stepping stones of NAIA, and then you find your way to Fresno State, and then you find your way to the big job, kind of like BK did, with Grand Valley, and then Central.
I think Alabama's still a better roster, though.
Oh, who's Alabama throwing the football to?
That's a good point. That is their biggest weakness, but I think they're going to be a run-first team. I think they're going to try to rely on the running game, O-line, Jalen Milroe's legs to then set up. But yes, the weapons, I don't know what happened. Alabama for a minute there had some of the best combinations of weapons that we've ever seen in college football, and now they haven't had anything for like 3 years, and it's probably been their most glaring weakness. So I agree with you there. That is absolutely, that is their defensive tackle. Who are they going to throw the ball to? But yeah, so look, I'm not saying, and yeah, Tommy says at worst LSU is 4th or 5th. Okay, yeah, so Tommy, we're like in agreement, right? Like, I think at the best, LSU rises to that 2nd or 3rd playoff spot. I don't think they're on a Georgia level. And at worst, yeah, they're like 4th or 5th, which is, so we're kind of saying the same thing. So yeah, when you get into national conversations about contenders, I'm not going to go out of my way to put them in a national contender conversation when I need them to prove it to me. And I have them like right on the edge of the playoffs. I think they're a fringe playoff team. In fringe playoff teams, you got to prove to me that you're going to fight through and make it.
There's not a lot of surefire, no doubt, going to be 1,000-yard receivers now that we're sitting here talking about it in the SEC next year. Like outside of Luther Burden, like you're wondering who's going, like Isaiah Bond going from Alabama to Texas, like is he going to be a guy? I think Tyron Lacey falls into that conversation. Like we can start to have names.
Those two for sure.
But like last year, we came into this year, and it's like you kind of knew there was, these handful of receivers that were going to do well.
Burden would be one.
And you just don't have that this year. And so, like, which of those teams, Tennessee, Ole Miss, because Ole Miss has a bunch of good receivers. I'm not sure they have the one elite receiver. Like, who's going to take over and be the playmakers in the conference? Because you've got some quarterbacks that you feel good about. Even running back, you're kind of starting over at running back as well. Like, Junkins, your best running back in the league, goes to Ohio State. So there's going to be a lot of new in the SEC, even with the top teams. Like, Georgia's got question marks. You don't just lose Lab McConkey and Brock Bowers and be the same or better.
Yeah.
Like, those are two really good weapons.
It does feel like there was a mass exodus more so than a normal year for some reason. Just so, I guess this is how college football works, where every now and then everything kind of lines up where, like, your upperclassmen are just really, really good and they're all gone. There's not a lot of lower classmen breaking through. Because I agree with you, a ton more unknown entering this year than what you had last year. So that, so that plays in LSU's favor, because really, guys, we talked about this maybe a couple months ago, but like LSU's got a lot of question marks, a lot of potential.
Yeah.
A lot of potential, but a lot of question marks. New quarterback, a running back room that is, I don't exactly know how to score it. A wide receiver room that is unproven, but that I think will be one of the best in the country. We all know what the D-line is. You have a linebacker room that, again, has potential. I like the players. We haven't seen them have success, but I love having Blake Baker there now. Same thing with the secondary. I think you have enough there to find your answers, but they didn't look good last year. And so it's like you go down the list, and yeah, there's just a lot of question marks that have to be answered. And so I'm trying to be a bit more objective than I have been at the past. Yeah. And instead of constantly shooting over the target,
right,
I'm trying to come in under the target, and hopefully I would love to be wrong coming in under rather than the bad feeling of being wrong going over like the last couple of years.
Yeah, and I completely understand that, because the opener last couple of years, we've had a lot of egg on our face.
God.
Because we just...
So bad.
So
annoying.
And this isn't just this, like, we're going back. Let's go back to UCLA in the Rose Bowl, right? I mean, it's been years with openers where you just haven't put your best foot forward at all.
Yeah.
And
true.
so you've got another big opener. Are you going to be ready for that opener? Like, as far as like how I feel about LSU, the one thing that gives me the hope that they can be a playoff team is the offensive line. Like, when you are as solid as they are, right, you're going to have the opportunity to go out there and be competitive and make the plays and give I don't want to say a young quarterback, because, look, Gary Nussmeier was here when TJ Finley and Max Johnson were here. He's not a young quarterback. Just, he doesn't have the experience, right?
Yeah. Fair.
So, but how do you make a quarterback like that comfortable? Not that he needs it, because we all know his mentality, but the offensive line and him trusting that offensive line, knowing what he has in front of him. And so, like, that group makes you feel really good about the chances. But then you go down to across the ball on the other line of scrimmage, and that's why you don't give yourself over to LSU. Oh, they're going to be a surefire playoff team. Like, you have major deficiencies there. And you haven't so far in the second window done anything to fix those. Now, if you get one of those guys that we're talking about, maybe we feel better about it.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think Steven in the chat's not wrong in saying that, just like going into this baseball team, this baseball season, you had a baseball team with a ton of potential. Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, like, now baseball, I do think is a bit of an outlier this year, where it's like every question mark went bad. Right? Like, normally you're going to fall somewhere in the middle. You'll get some right, some wrong. And so it won't be as bad as baseball was to begin. Also, I think LSU football's schedule is far friendlier than what baseball was having to deal with. But they are similar in terms of roster makeup with okay, I like the talent, I like some of the potential, but we just have to see it proven on the field. Nicole Stilrod says, rule 1 of sales, under promise and over perform. Yeah, I guess that's kind of where my head's at right now. I'm trying to fight against my own sunshine pumping. And guys, it's not to say we suck. It does not, no, Dan Blunt, we suck again. No. That is not the case. I'm talking about a top 15 team that's on the edge of the playoff. Like, I don't think that is suck. I think when you look at the complete teardown job that was the LSU defense, it's going to have a bit of a tail in terms of recovering.
Taylor, I want to throw this one to you. You cover and pay attention to recruiting on a much higher level than T-Bob and I. Dominic McKinley coming in. Is that, like, 5-star guy, was one of the most sought-after guys on the market in high school recruiting last year from the state. We all know that. He's at the position that you have the biggest need. Like, can you expect him to come in and, like Mason Smith did, like, and not start, not be the dude, but can he give you valuable snaps at defensive tackle this year?
Not game one. I don't think so. I think he's still a little bit raw. I mean, he's a big-bodied guy, not unlike a Mason Smith. I think by week, 4 or 5, he will be in the everyday rotation. If he lives up to the hype, I don't think game one, though.
I mean, he wasn't here for spring, right?
No.
Gabriel Relaford was. Like, Relaford,
Yes.
You feel like because he got that jump start on it,
the issue
he
with
will
Relaford
factor
is that
into
he's
game
a
one.
little bit undersized.
Yeah, he's more of an end than a tackle. He feels like someone that's trying to play his way to tackle because he sees it as his best way to get on the field. But more natural, going to be a defensive end, and McKinley's going to be a tackle.
The guy I was hoping to hear more about in the spring, and just because you don't hear about him doesn't mean they don't do great, but Sean Washington, when you brought him in, I mean, he was at Georgia, he was the JUCO guy. You didn't hear a ton about him, and then Kimo McEneal just moved over from O-line. He was running at the defensive line rotation ahead of a Washington. He's a guy that I'd like to see step up.
So it sounds almost boring, but I think this is this feels like a 9-3 team, which is very good. Now, some people are going to be upset because it feels like you kind of been stuck in neutral a bit at 9-3. But, coming from the 2 years where you actually finished sub 500, I think, the back-to-back 10-win seasons really do matter. But like that is the barrier that you have to push through, right? The difference between 9-3 and 10-2 is massive. It is the difference between making the playoffs and not making the playoffs. It is the difference between 10 regular season wins is a huge, huge deal. There's a reason why Ole Miss had never done it before in their school history. Mizzou finding their way to 10. I mean, shoot, if Mizzou beat LSU last year, they might have been a playoff team. I guess maybe they would have gone to because they wouldn't have gone to the SC championships. They'd have been sitting there at 11-1. So yeah, that is the kind of that is when the water breaks and you start to crown when you get to 10-2. And I just don't quite know that I see that yet with this team.
You've got the SEC schedule, which is the obvious thing, but a couple of games against, funny enough, Big Ten teams. And so, the non-conference is going to tell a big story for LSU. You can't keep dropping the opener. You
must win. Absolute must win. And especially because, Jake, that is directly a reflection of the staff. They've done a very good job of making immediate in-season adjustments and avoiding sunken cost fallacy and all that, but they got to have a better grasp on this team coming out of camp this year. That has to be goal number one.
It has to be, because go back to the game in New Orleans against Florida State, the debacle that was, and then a year ago, right? You're going right down the – are you okay?
No, I don't know, dude. Allergies, dude. I'm sorry. Allergies.
I've known you
dying back there.
I've known you for a long time. I've never heard you have allergies like this.
They're getting worse the older I get, dude. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. I'm worried about your health.
No, keep going. I am too. Nobody likes to have a constant cough.
Yeah. I'm not saying
feel
it's
healthy.
tuberculosis, but I'm not saying that.
That is, my jersey did say TBA Bear.
There you go.
Back in the day, they used to call me Tuberculosis Bob. It's like a super unwieldy nickname, but Blackwell
very
thought
long.
it was funny.
Usually nicknames should be shorter.
No,
like
that was just Will. I say they. It was just Will Blackwell. That was the only one.
Okay.
But also the opener last year, think about the opportunities you had in the first half to go score touchdowns and you didn't. You score those even the first drive, you're like
Jaden Daniels had no idea how good he was going to be. He had no idea how good he was going to be.
If you put touchdowns on the board there, you win that game.
Yeah.
So you've had opportunities, but you've just not
and that'd
played
be a hell of a win.
yourself.
To be clear, that is a 13-0. Should have been in the Final Four. Would have been if their quarterback had not gotten hurt. That would have been a massive win, actually.
Unconquered Florida State.
Until they were conquered.
They weren't conquered, dude.
Yeah, the rings say unconquered.
They were unconquered.
Yeah.
Bruh, that Georgia game might as well have been an NFL preseason game. Miss me with that BS.
Oh, no. Ladd McConkey played in that one. He's a high draft pick.
I don't give a damn. Ladd McConkey and Georgia didn't get screwed. They were hungry to get a win because they got their ass beat by Nick Saban.
Wait, that was like a one-possession game. But actually, they kind of did. They won every game until the SEC championship game and lost by one possession and didn't even get sniffed.
Play anybody in the regular season. You miss me with that. Georgia fan. David Pollack sat there and said to Nick Saban's face that Georgia's now the class of college football and blah, blah. He disrespected Satan himself. And look at what happened.
I will say they did kind of get their ass whipped against Alabama. The score wasn't indicative of what
they got their ass whooped, bruh. And the funniest part is Nick Saban rides off into the sunset.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Georgia fans, he will forever be their daddy.
Yep.
And, it's different. Is Nick Saban our daddy? Sure, absolutely, right? But we knew that. So, I knew that was father already.
At least our daddy.
Thought they were the big dog, and they got that ass whooped. And he said, I'm out.
Hey, at least our daddy bought us a new car before he went to his new wife.
Yes, that's true. He did. And I love that car.
Yeah, that car brought us a lot of joy in 2003.
I agree.
We still got it to this day. We still have that car. It's in the garage
we
with the
rode that
cover
car
on it.
for a while.
We did.
We rode it to another natty in 07. Yeah.
Almost another one in 11.
Yeah.
And it was the new daddy that
Kirby can never say that he was better than Saban. And even with a losing record, he could have said it if they had won that SEC championship. So, yeah, Georgia was hungry to play. FSU wasn't. You're talking about teams coming from completely different motivational standpoints.
I just knew that it was going to get you off your marker, and I love doing that. So
Unconquered. Yeah, you don't do that to the demon goat. I agree. You don't look the devil in the face. You just try to avoid him. You don't look him in the face and challenge him directly.
Which SEC team, I know we got to take a break, which SEC team is being pumped up right now that you think is fool's gold? Do we would answer that on the other side?
I think there's, okay, yes. Great job. Yes. Let's get to that next here on OTB.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
K to Z window coverings, KTOZblinds.com, KTOZblinds.com. Go to K to Z window coverage today and get those window coverings that, wow, have Brandon Barton come out of your home, okay? And we got all price points. If you have like a home of your dreams, starter home, whatever, have them come out, look at your situation, see how your home interacts with the sun throughout the day, and then give you some options. And the options are made. And remember, it's both aesthetic and functional. Nothing makes a room pop like beautiful window coverings. But also your outdoor living areas. It's all there for you. K to Z.
Yeah, I would fully encourage you. Go check out the video that I put out there with K to Z. It shows you exactly what I've been talking about for the last couple of weeks and months about the screen that we have on the outside of our home, and it shades our area right there on our outdoor patio, but also what it can shade inside of your home as well. It truly will blow you away. K2ZBlinds.com.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
Bayou Ford has the new inventory to get you in a new Ford truck or SUV today, or customize your next vehicle just the way you want it. All new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial property. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local. So call today at 293-0450 or lainsurance.net.
Yo, Jake here from my friends over at Community Steel Company located in Gonzales, Louisiana. The local place you can turn to for all of your metal building needs. Notice I said local, not Houston, not Dallas, not Atlanta, but right here in Gonzales. Visit them at their brand new state-of-the-art website at communitysteelco.com or pick up the phone and give them a call today to answer all of your questions on your metal buildings, roofing and sheet metal, and any other steel needs you or your business need at 225-647-2020.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
Matt Moscona inviting you to join us for Friday's AFR, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. Rico Payton, Saints rookie, he'll be here. Get you set for LSU Texas A&M at the box, and it's transfer portal decision day for some big targets. Join us 3 to 6, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Really good story here. A little feel-good Friday story out of the chat from Daniel Blunt. I'm amped to this chat today. Can I tell you all a story? So there's this guy at my brother's music school. No names. But the kid has a tic. Like when he gets nervous, he locks out his bottom jaw. Either way, come to find out, the kid has an amazing country voice. And like my brother has gotten him good enough at guitar to where he's now booking shows in BR. And I'm so proud of dude. When he sings, his tic goes away. It's amazing.
Nice.
Hell yeah, man. That's awesome. So crazy how the brain works with stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, you have somebody who's like nonverbal autistic, but then music just clicks. Or like when you can somehow communicate through like typing on an iPad, but you just can't like talk. I don't know.
Or like the people that like they talk with a lisp, but it goes away when they sing. That type of thing too.
Yeah, all that.
Or like how Shakira doesn't have an accent when she speaks in English.
Does she not have an accent?
I mean,
when she
sings
sings.
in English.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
when
that
I was
blows
younger,
me away
that
all
always
the time.
I never understood
Yeah.
that. Especially like UK
Especially, like,
singers.
British.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like One
you talk with
Direction.
the thickest British accent of all time. How
Right.
do you not sing with that?
I don't know.
What would your country voice be like? Or you feel like you'd be more of a deeper? Like
Amarillo. I don't know.
Nah, see, that's not. No,
We're trying to think. No. I'm just trying to. I'm not trying to. No, I'm not saying George Strait has a deep voice. I'm trying to like find what I would. Amarillo.
Well, if you're gonna be deep voice, it'd be Josh Turner.
I was about to say he sounds like Josh Turner right now.
Turn the lights down low.
Yeah.
I don't know. Put some music on the soft and slow.
Yeah, it'd be like that.
We don't need no radio.
Nope.
Speaking of country music and people that have had,
Bro, you think I know Josh Turner like that?
I don't know. It's a popular song.
That's all I got too, though. T.
What were you saying?
I was saying, speaking of like country music, people that have had issues, Randy Travis has a new song that came out today.
Really?
These were some songs that he recorded before his stroke back in
Yeah.
2014. He released an entire album.
Oh wow!
First song came out today.
Man.
So
Mhm.
Shout out to
he
Randy
had
Travis.
a stroke and he can't
talk.
sing or
No.
He can't talk at all.
It's really sad.
Kind of sad, yeah.
And then his face is like partially like paralyzed.
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah, he can't
He's,
talk.
like,
He had
in
it
a wheelchair.
2013, 2014, and but these were recorded
I'm
10
digging
years
up
ago. So they were recorded right before, and he's releasing
Randy
like
Travis
a bunch
had
of
some
them.
hits.
This one's good. I listened to it this morning.
Give that
Digging up
man,
bones.
give that man some streams, dude.
For
You know,
real.
give that man some streams for sure.
Shout out Randy Travis.
Digging up bones. On the other hand, deeper than the holler. That's
That's a good one.
That might be what we might have to break our Star
You know who
Wars.
freaks
for that
me
one.
out? No, we're not. No.
That is
So
a
you
good
want to
song.
give this man
I wanna
a
play some
play
Santana.
who had a stroke?
Monday we give him
T-Bob,
stroke.
he
Monday
released an
Monday we
album.
can do an entire.
You won't
Randy
be
Travis
here Monday.
We can do an entire. Exactly. You can do an entire.
No.
Randy, no, I am going to be here.
Can we-
What are you talking about? I'm going to be on the show.
Randy
I'm just not gonna
Travis,
be in
yes.
the room.
Alondra?
Sure.
No, it's
Yes.
Cinco
That's
de
3
Mayo,
versus
May
1.
the 4th.
That's
Alondra,
3 versus 1.
Okay, but if I play Randy Travis,
I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
then I
Alondra.
want to play Santana too.
Okay, yeah, here we go. So just, sure. I let you all play all your themes that you always want to play, and like Jake's awful R&B music, and Alondra's awful
Okay.
whatever music.
All
Sure.
right, T-Bob.
Sure.
Oh, you
I'll
calling
play
Usher
whatever-
awful
I'll play
over
whatever
this
you
stuff
have
that
in
you're
the dock.
playing?
You know who freaks me
I'll
out?
play the Cantina song next.
What Usher do to you?
You know who freaks me out?
Who?
Travis Tritt.
Why?
A little bit.
With how he
Okay.
looks.
Yeah, he does.
So-
have,
He looks like a
Yeah.
child with a thin
With-
goatee and long hair.
yeah, and like a receding mullet.
Cannot, just really odd.
Yeah.
Like if you saw Travis Tritt, there is no way you would think that's a successful human
If
being.
you saw him,
Yeah.
you'd grab your kids a little bit tighter.
I
You
didn't
ever
want to
heard
say
the,
it, but that's kind
I
of
knew
where I'm
where you
getting
were
at as
going.
well.
You
That's
You ever,
kind of
you
what
ever
I'm getting
heard
at
the
as well.
old which comedian was it? It may have been like Larry the Cable Guy back in the day. He was talking about like he was dating a girl that looked like his favorite country singer. He's like, isn't that sexy? You get compliments. He goes, everywhere we go, people are like, hey, look, there's Travis Tritt.
So I was super excited to see Travis Tritt at Rock the Country. I gotta admit, it wasn't great.
Oh, really?
He kind of didn't sound. I was kind of.
I'm going to be somebody's
I'm a
a good
little
one.
disappointed. I'm not gonna lie.
Was he tired?
Huh?
Was he tired?
I don't know. He just
like what he
didn't
sound like. It
sound
just
great.
didn't sound. Just didn't.
He's
sound.
61.
No. And
He's
he always-
61. Oh,
yeah,
come on.
he didn't sound great. Really, George
Give
Strait
Travis
sounds
Tritt a
awesome
break.
live.
Yeah, well, I mean, come on. Like, Michael
Hank
Jordan's
Williams
awesome at basketball.
Jr.
Like, what do you mean?
No, Hank Williams Jr. is in his 70s, and he was
Okay, yeah.
awesome.
Again, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is awesome at basketball. Like, yeah, I mean,
well, Travis Tritt is really good too.
Yeah, Travis
for
Tritt's
sure.
more like Scott Skiles.
James
Whoa,
Worthy.
come on, he's a little. Come on, he's better than that, dude. Right? He's bigger than that, right?
No, we can keep going. Lakers. He's James Worthy.
No,
he's not that-
whoa.
he's not
Hold
James
on now,
Worthy.
hold on
He's
now,
not
bro.
James
Hold on
Worthy.
now. James Worthy's one of them. I mean,
James Worthy's a good player.
No,
is he an all-time great?
Right?
I think you need to look at his numbers.
Isn't James Worthy
I
an
don't know.
all-time
All
great?
I'm
I think his
saying
numbers
is
retired by the
I was
Lakers.
really excited
So,
to
yes.
see modern day Bonnie and Clyde live, and I was like, what is going on?
He's 61 though. Give my guy a break, dude.
Lakers.
I'm sorry, Travis. I didn't mean to play you like this.
Yeah.
I didn't know where
Robert
this was
Ory?
gonna go.
No. Big Shot Bob hit too many big ones.
No, I mean like who's Bernard King.
Rick Fox.
Do y'all remember Bernard King?
Rick Fox was on those Laker teams.
Yeah, Rick Fox.
You know?
Yeah, Rick Fox was really solid.
Yeah.
I'm trying to, but I think he had a higher peak than Rick Fox.
You're probably
did.
right.
Like Bernard King won a couple scoring titles. He was really good, but he didn't have like the
Fair.
longevity of a career. Great New York Knick, Bernard King.
Yeah.
I believe.
I'm gonna play the Cantina remix next.
And then you can play Randy Travis.
Okay. Because you
What?
don't have another one after that.
Well, I mean, I could find another one.
No,
I've
no,
been finding
it's
one
fine.
every break, but whatever.
I know.
don't-
You're
I
doing
don't
a
wanna-
really good
I don't
job.
want to talk to you.
I just told you I would play it.
GNFNRS in the chat. Star Wars, most overrated movie ever.
Ooh.
Yeah, look, man. I mean, movies are one of those things where they're going to be for some people and not for others. You know, I'm not. I also, it's such a time and place thing, right? Like the same way that when you hear somebody talk about seeing Star Wars in '78 in theaters and how it changed their lives, like when I saw Fellowship of the Ring at 11 years old in theaters, it legitimately immediately changed my life. So yeah, like if you watched it as like an adult out of nowhere, it's probably not going to hit the same. Or you just didn't like it. You know, that's cool, man. But
Be a whole lot
you ain't
cooler
gonna
if you
stop
did.
me from going to Phantom Menace and PLF tomorrow. So suck it, nerd. Get out of here, loser.
Who you taking with you?
The kids. Gonna
Oh,
bring
like
the
all of
girls,
them?
not
Or
the
just the
baby.
girls?
Gonna bring the girls. Get their first start. They've seen they have seen A New Hope, and they love pretending to be Princess Leia. But they've never. I mean, you know, I'm a little weird about like that they're going to be seen in kind of out of order in a way. But Phantom Menace very kid friendly, and I mean, come on, dude. You're going to tell me you're going to put on pod racing in 4K with that sound system, and I'm not going to go? What am I, high?
Maybe.
Well, that's not really the point. The point is I'm going to the movie with the girls, and it's going to be awesome. Cannot wait. What were we going to talk about with the SEC? I forgot.
A team that's getting a lot of love that we felt like doesn't necessarily deserve all the love here in the preseason.
All right, we'll do 2 minutes. Texas immediately pops in my mind. Still need them to prove that they can do it again. And then I think it's impossible not to maybe answer Ole Miss because they're getting so much love, right? Like Ole Miss is a lot of times being slotted in right behind Texas and Georgia. And granted that, like, objectively, if you look at their trajectory, that's not unfair, but they are dealing, you know, they're trying to overcome 100 years of football where that has not been the case.
Gosh, we've seen so many teams get to that point of, you know, trying to get to the big race and trying to be there with what?
Pod race.
What's a pod race?
Pod race. Ooh, boy, what's a pod race, Brett? You've never seen Phantom Menace, right? It's just a really sick race, space race.
Well, Ole Miss is trying to get in the pod race.
Yes, thank you.
Right?
Yep.
And they've been close. They've been an alternate in the pod race.
They have.
They just haven't been in the main pod race. okay? And we have seen teams get to the point where they've been the alternate in the pod race, but they've never quite gotten themselves into the actual main race, and that's what Ole Miss is trying to do, and it's not guaranteed that you're going to get there. Like, I feel like Penn State has lived as an alternate in the pod race, right? And is Ole Miss going to live there, or are they going to get over the hump? Now, they've brought in a lot of talent, but what is that talent going to do in a new uniform, in a new place, with new coaches, new teammates? Like, we think, and I do think that it's going to work out. I think they've added a lot of pieces that are going to play.
Yeah.
But when you add that much new, what's the chemistry going to be like? We don't have the great case studies yet. I still think the book is out on adding all of these players. For Michigan State, it was great one year, horrible the next. For Colorado, they went from 1 game to 4 games, but they had deficiencies because they added new all over the place.
Yeah.
Like, what's it going to look like for Ole Miss?
Not that good of new for Colorado, but
yeah.
I mean, I guess if I wanted
Louisville
to
will be a great case study this year as well.
If I wanted to be pro Ole Miss, I would say, well, they've done similar things the last couple of years, and Lane Kiffin looks like he's got a pretty good formula down, and they built on year after year, but we did see the collapse a couple of years ago. So, failures just like it's such a volatile strategy because all it takes is 1 year it just doesn't click, Like to your point, 1 year just all the pieces don't come together. It's not unlike how look at the LSU secondary Jarek Bernard Converse year versus last year. Right?
Yeah.
You bring in Mekhi Gardner, Bernard Converse, and like that was actually a really good secondary.
Yeah.
You do similar things last year and basically everybody misses. So yeah, Ole Miss makes sense.
LSU's done it a couple of years, and Ole Miss has as well. And like you said, it worked out different ways for LSU. Certainly, the additions last year did not work out, but Ole Miss is adding 6 new players as starters on their defense that are all transfers. 6 guys from a new school. On offense, they're adding 4 new starters.
That's crazy.
That are all transfers. So they're going to have 10 out of the 22 that played somewhere else a year ago that are going to be starters. Now, you can say, okay, they got veteran guys, redshirt, senior, like all across the board, but also like what are they going to do when they're teammates together? They haven't really been able to forge that relationship, through a season a year ago, fourth quarter program, spring practice, summer workouts where we're grinding together, and we have this, hey, I know I can count on T-Bob because he finished that rep in fourth quarter program. Like they hadn't really gone through that as a team. Now, not to say they can't, because Lane Kiffin does know how to handle the portal, but there's going to be chemistry questions, I think. That will be fair.
Completely fair. Ole Miss, a lot of boomer bust potential this year. All right, when we get back, more OTB.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, so check this out. Go to Community Steel Company, communitysteelco.com, communitysteelco.com. You need steel. You want to go see them in Gonzales, Louisiana, okay? Any steel building, sheet metal, roofing, trim, purlin, tubing, any accessories, it's all there for you, manufactured on-site in Gonzales, Louisiana. What that means is you have actual human beings to form relationships with, right? Like a human sales team that can better serve you and your personal or company's needs. And because they're buying their steel directly from the wholesaler, manufacturing it themselves, there's no middleman jacking up the price for the consumer on the back end. You win at every single turn. Go to Community Steel Company, communitysteelco.com.
Go to the website, top right corner of that website, click on Community Steel. It's going to show you exactly where they're located in Gonzales, Louisiana. Go see them today. They've been open for an hour and a half, ready for you. If you can't get there today, call them at 225-647-2020.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
Power up your next project with John Deere Deals by Sunshine. Whether you're working hard or playing hard, our knowledgeable team will help you find the right product for you. Ask us about our amazing tractor package promotions. Learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
At Relief Windows, we're more than windows. We're windows, doors, party plank, and vinyl siding. But our number one product is always customer satisfaction.
Join us for the Friday edition of Live at Lunch from Rufino's on Highland Road. We're getting you ready for the weekend, the NBA playoffs, the Kentucky Derby, and LSU baseball against Texas A&M. Live at Lunch, 11 a.m. Friday from Rufino's on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Hey, this is the last of the Mexican Star Wars celebration music, so enjoy it.
You couldn't find any other ones?
No, I could, but we're going to play Randy Tritt.
Deeper than the heart.
Randy Tritt.
You did that on purpose.
I did that on purpose.
Disrespectful.
Relax.
No, we don't have to. I'd rather.
No, we'll play Randy Travis. I do want to. That's sad. I do want to give him some streams. Yeah. I do want to give him some streams.
Yeah.
New album dropped today.
Okay.
I'm not going to play anything off the new album.
So look, I don't want to get too much into the Coach Prime drama here. I have one point that I want to make.
Is it bad that when you say Prime, my head, because I have children of teenage age,
the water
that it goes
Jake Paul.
to
You think of immediately think of the Paul brothers.
Immediately go to the Paul brothers.
Is that who owns that?
Jake Paul.
I had no idea.
Does not. It's,
I've seen Prime everywhere.
But does Jake Paul have anything in it? Or is it just Logan?
I'm sure that they have ownership in
I had no idea it was even them.
Middle
I
school
know it's
boys
Logan
love
Paul.
it.
I didn't know if it was.
Are they good? I've never had one.
It's not even like middle school, yes, but like now it's becoming like where it's more of like 9 to 12-year-olds.
Yeah.
Because the middle schoolers do love it.
Yeah.
They try to be cool too.
That's true.
Yeah. That's and then it becomes uncool for the older kids.
That's what's happening.
But
Sorry.
I mean, I'm sure many are aware of some of the Prime drama recently. First off, I'd like to say this, because Xavier Smith, an old safety there, came out and said that Prime was pretty ruthless in how he cut people, and it could have been done with a bit more compassion. Shedeur Sanders comes out and quote tweets and I don't even remember him. He must have been mid.
Got bad chills.
Yeah, I mean, again, Shedeur, you should just be above that. There's no the guy. Here's what I'll say. I got no problem with how Prime handled the roster transition, especially the more of a business that college football becomes. That's just the name of the game, right? I got no problem with Xavier Smith expressing that, man, that was tough to go through. You know what Xavier Smith did, though? He became an All-American at Austin Peay, a freshman All-American. So that's how you respond to adversity, kids. Shout out Xavier Smith. Where I start to have a problem is then some Colorado receiver that barely played came out and tweeted out a practice rep video of him beating Smith. And that is the biggest hoe-ass energy that I can. Dude, practice is private. That is a breaking of the code. I'm getting goosebumps in how angry it makes me. You are supposed to be able to be vulnerable with your brothers in practice where you can fail and you have to be willing to fail and go against each other to make each other better. To put out practice rep videos publicly is pathetic. I would kick you off the team. Like I think that is the most breaking of the football code that I've seen in a long time. So what's your name again? This receiver who caught for 38 yards last year, Caleb Mathis. You're a bum, Caleb Mathis.
Can you win in one practice rep? Does nothing.
Who cares?
For me. Everybody gets got at practice.
Yeah.
It's practice. You work on things that you wouldn't even necessarily do in a game. That's when you try different things out. And if you're doing 101s, you're gonna get beat.
Yeah, especially
and a
if
lesser
you're a
player's
DB,
going to get beat you sometimes in 101s.
For sure. It's a slanted drill. It's a slanted drill against the defense. And then I think Prime had a pretty big misstep where, that loser, Caleb Mathis, posts the video. Then Jaheim Ward, one of Xavier Smith's teammates now at Austin P, notes that, Mathis, you had 38 yards. Like, relax, bud. And then somebody else finds
Is he related to Jay Ward? Because he looks a lot like
I don't know,
him.
actually.
Looks a lot like Jay Ward.
But then somebody else finds Jaheim Ward's career stats and puts it out there. And Prime comes in and quote tweets it and says, Lord Jesus. And look, I love Prime. That's been my guy. Like, I think he's a great football coach. I think he's going to be great at Colorado. This is a PR misstep.
Yes.
This was a big miss. You got to
do that as a head coach.
You don't call out some random FCS kid. Like, what are we talking about here? I got no problem with the my son's going to be a top 5 pick. Where your son going? Whatever. Somebody tried to call Prime direct. That's fine. That's man-to-man on the internet. Why are you making fun of Jaheim Ward, who is just defending a teammate against little hoe-ass Caleb Mathis, who pulled that little weak move of putting a practice rep out there? Hate it.
Jaheim Ward is Jay Ward's brother.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, confirmed.
Good. Then I like Jaheim Ward even more.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't be the head coach and be out there and do that, because if you're a coach that's going to bring players in through the portal like this, going to be revolving door, like, it's just not a great look. Because if I'm a player and I see that, I'm be like, man, do you even care about like who I am and who I was? So for me, I'll just give you my example. Like, when I see Mac Brown, I never played for Mac Brown, but I was committed to Mac Brown for a while. He is incredible. Stops, has conversations. We talk about the old days and spends time. Coach Saban. Actually, the first text that I got when I got drafted was from Coach Saban. Wow. Immediately when I got drafted, Coach Saban sent me a message.
What a legend.
I played for him for 1 year.
So
okay,
crazy,
same thing.
dude.
Like Coach Miles. If I picked up the phone, call Coach Miles, we talk for 45 minutes. Like, that's what a head coach is. And again, I played for some of these head coaches. Some, like Coach Mac Brown, like, I told you I was coming and I didn't. But still, like, have a great relationship with him. Like, you can't be out there throwing shade at players and expect people to want to come play for your program, in my opinion.
No, it's just it's not the end of the world, but it's a big PR loss. And he's normally had PR wins, but this was not one. This looked petty, too petty, crossing the line petty. What, Taylor?
If Colorado had played Tennessee last year, what would the final
Taylor's like that meme of that kid where the veins popping out of his forehead.
No. Look, we don't have to get into all. People know I don't like Deion. This is the main reason why. But would Tennessee have beaten Colorado last year in football? Because Austin P took them to the wire. Tennessee scores a late touchdown. They beat Austin P 30-13 last year. It was a one-score game going into the fourth quarter, and Austin P goes 9-3 last year.
Austin
and Colorado is
4-8.
So worry about your own program.
You know what I think about Austin P is they had the first game with, I believe it was Central Arkansas. The first game, like, in COVID. It was like, we're going to have football. Thank you, Austin P. The governors.
Oh, I did not know. I don't remember that.
God, I hope I got that right. I think they're the governors.
I'm trying to come up.
I'm looking at it's an old dude as their logo, so that might be right.
I think they're the
What's
governors.
the inverse of the name Austin, or something you could associate with Austin?
Texas. It is the governors. Governor.
Because I'm thinking like Austin P, so maybe like Texas Poo. Is that funny?
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so either. That's what I toss it out there.
Austin Peay's not in Austin, Texas.
No, I know, but that's but like, what would you like Stone Cold, maybe like Steve Austin, like Steve? No, that doesn't work either. There's no opposite of Austin, I guess.
Can you tell me what state Austin Peay is in? Not anybody else.
Yeah, easily.
Just you.
Virginia.
Anybody else want to guess? Oh, Taylor probably knows.
I really thought I had it.
I actually don't know.
Tennessee.
Oh, we should have, playing Tennessee, we should have known. All right, when we get back, more OTB.
That's what I thought he would know.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, listen up, y'all, because there's a little brand confusion going on in the Trash Rangers front. There is an email making the rounds from a company called Trash Rangers Waste Solutions. And it is saying that we sold to Waste Management, blah, blah, blah. Well, guess what? That ain't Trash Rangers, okay? And we ain't selling out. Still, locally owned. None of that national BS, okay? Get out of here, TR Waste. Trying to muddy the waters. Trash Rangers is here for you. And unlike these national companies, not only do the profits, the trash, and also the profits stay right here. Okay, that's the point. Any roll-off dumpsters, they got you anywhere. And if you're in a city or Livingston, make the switch. TrashRangersLLC.com, TrashSignup.com.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
The best kept secret in town is out. Discover Tallulah at the Renaissance Hotel on Bluebonnet. The best kept secret in town is out. Discover Tallulah at the Renaissance Hotel on Bluebonnet.
When it comes to ending cancer, we push forward, always working together for you. That's why our cancer experts at Ochsner have clinically integrated with MD Anderson Cancer Center. This means advanced cancer care, including access to life-saving clinical trials and integrating care to treat the whole you. Introducing Ochsner MD Anderson Cancer Center. Long live you.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs, even in the case of an after-hours emergency.
Join me for a Friday edition of the Hunt Palmer Show, presented by Cork's Cajun Fried Fish and Shrimp. Preston Guy talking LSU football. Chris Tamui getting you ready for LSU and Texas A&M from the box. Hunt Palmer Show 1 to 3 weekdays, 104.5 ESPN, Baton Rouge.
Last night I dug your picture out from our old dresser drawer.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Oh, known digging up bones.
Then I went through the jewelry and I found our wedding rings. I put mine on my finger and I gave yours a fling. Across this lonely bedroom.
God, that's a good voice, Paul.
That is great.
Yeah, tonight I'm sitting
alone, digging up bones.
I'm digging up bones. I'm digging up bones.
Is he a dog?
Exhuming things that's better left alone. But I'm resurrecting memories of love that's dead and
gone. Tonight I'm sitting alone, digging up bones.
Sniffing my butt.
We're trying to celebrate this man.
I know.
Okay? He released a new album.
But this isn't from the new album.
No, it's
'Cause y'all
not.
know the
This
song.
is
This is
classic.
a
Yeah, no.
legendary song.
This is a good song. I'm loving this, to be fair.
This isn't even.
You
his
didn't
I'm
first
not
want
even
one,
to
mad. I'm not
honestly.
even mad that we broke. I'm actually happy that we broke away from our musical theme.
See, go dive into some Randy Travis. This ain't
I
even
should
his best
stand into
one,
some.
dude.
I should
He's
dive into some
legit.
Randy Travis. This is making me want to dive into some Randy Travis.
I'm digging up bones.
Digging up bones.
exhuming things that's better left alone.
Left alone.
I'm resurrecting memories of a love that's dead and gone.
Come on now.
Yeah, tonight I'm sitting alone.
Digging up bones. I'm
That
gonna
was
be
some good harmonizing,
I'm
y'all.
gonna be
I think we could start a
legitimately
band.
thinking that's gonna be stuck in my head the rest of the day.
That he's a dog.
Digging up bones.
You
No,
ever seen
no,
that?
no. That
You're
kind
going to
of
be
yes.
in the Murdered Out Mini
Digging
playing
up
some Randy
bones.
Travis
Yeah, I will.
through the speakers.
I will. That is true.
Window down.
That is true. It's a great day to have a window down. Is the weather
Is
gonna be
it?
nice
I
today,
think
Taylor?
it's raining.
Think
right
it's
now.
Yeah, I
actually
think it
supposed to be
actually looks
rainy
pretty
today.
bad today, didn't it? Weird morning. It was so overcast that it looked like there was like almost like a haze over the sunrise this morning. Digging up bones.
I mean, he is in a Cracker Barrel
Come on.
chair right now,
Yeah.
rocking chair,
Yeah.
singing this song.
Playing
to us.
checkers.
Man, this dude, we're gonna beat the Aggies' ass tonight, and then I'm gonna listen to this.
Yes.
Cannot wait.
Hey, you're good. It's supposed to stop raining at like.
Hey, the
11
hour's
a.m.
over.
Off
Shut
the
up.
Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Go to rejuvenemedical.com. Restore me. Refuel me. Rejuvenate! You want to feel younger? Hey, T. Dickle, shut it! I don't want to listen to your SoundCloud. Please stop texting me. Go to rejuvenemedical.com. Restore me, refuel me, rejuvenate me. We have not mentioned Josh Hart yet. Not Jermaine. We get there. Look, you want to fight the untreated effects of aging, recapture that youthful, energetic feeling? Well, if you're in Baton Rouge, Metairie, Slidell, Shreveport, or now Monroe, go in for that free consult. See what your body has to say, and let that be the guide to get you where you want to be.
Oh, rejuvenemedical.com is the website. Get your consultation set up, and it is throughout the state of Louisiana. So no matter where you're listening to us, we are talking to you. Now in Mississippi as well. So go to the website, see a list of conditions that they treat, and get that consultation set up so they can get to the bottom of your issue. rejuvenemedical.com.
Power up your next project with John Deere Deals by Sunshine. Whether you're working hard or playing hard, our knowledgeable team will help you find the right product for you. Ask us about our amazing tractor package promotions. Learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is taking $11,000 off the new 23 Dodge Charger. We're open for business in our beautiful new showroom and taking $11,000 off the powerful new Charger. All new Bayou vehicles come with a 1 million mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared toward seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Good morning. It's at 9 a.m. here on Friday, May 3rd. Today in Baton Rouge, you can expect rainy skies with a high of 84 in hour 3 of today's show. It is a full hour of champagne shenanigans as Rivers Huey is now in studio. If you missed hours 1 or 2 of the show, you can catch them in the on-demand section at 1045ESPN.com. You can also follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel. Hour number 3 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
We're just 60 minutes away from the end of the OTB work week. Screw it. Why not start now? Pop the cork and pass the glass. This is Champagne Shenanigans with Rivers Huey on Off the Bench. Now, here's T-Bob Hebert, Jacob Hester, and Rivers Huey.
Get those videos at 9 a.m.
I'll be fine once I get it. I'll be good. I'm on the pursuit of happiness, and I know everything is shining, always gonna be gold. Hey, I'll be fine once I get
It's about to tail off. It's about to tail off.
I didn't know if the mics were on.
Put this
What's
together.
up, y'all? Welcome in, Championship. The work week is done. Crank it up. Wait, why did it tail off right before the big drop?
It's never supposed to go that that late
yeah, she
into
did not
it.
intend for us to sit and dance.
But hold on. But I mean, you put that all together.
Well, she didn't think a 5-minute intro was necessary.
You put that all together.
You think that was
but
5
then
minutes?
you don't leave the drop just on there out of like principle.
Mm-mm.
I find that to be a bit surprising, right? I mean, I
just in
know.
case that these two idiots, T-Bob and Jake, go that long.
Well, I guess that's true.
I was enjoying it, dude.
I guess that's true. Whenever I would make bed music for anything, I guess that's bed music, but
You
still,
leave a huge
or like
tail.
the intro, but only because.
What?
Yeah, I would leave it for like 9 minutes, just like
Nah,
in
I don't.
case.
Because then I got to sit there and record the whole thing. And
Oh, yeah, you do. Yeah,
so
yeah.
I don't want to do that.
You don't have to sit there and record the whole thing.
Yeah, you do.
Now if you just have an MP3 file of
that was
the.
nice.
What if?
Where am I
T-Bob had just
supposed to
broken
get
something.
an MP3 file of it?
That's kind of lame.
By YouTube, you go to YouTube to MP3 converter.
That's like, I'm not going to do all that.
No, it always feels like you're gonna get a virus from
Yeah.
it too. It's a bad feeling.
Some
What are y'all
LimeWire
saying?
stuff.
It is from LimeWire. So like when I would make Song of Purple and Gold, to get all those songs, to get them in MP3 form, a lot of times, if there wasn't an avenue, like sometimes there'd be avenues to buying it, but no, you go to like YouTube to MP3. It's a website that feels really kind of sketchy because it's free.
Yeah.
And you just put in the link.
You can just
and
screen
you can-
record YouTube and then change that to an audio.
I think that.
I mean, I guess you
Either
have
way,
to
you
sit
gotta
there
sit
and
there
do
and
it.
record
The
it,
audio quality, you don't have to sit there with this. And I think the audio quality might be slightly better, but probably not. I don't know. But I would that's how I would do like a lot of sound effects and all that sort
When
of
we
stuff.
were in Mobile, T-Bob was driving the van, I guess the last day to the convention center so we could pack up. So he got in first, plugged in his phone, and I got in. And all of a sudden I was like, what are we listening to?
What were we listening
to? It was like these spooky sound effects. But like he didn't change it. So it was just going through spooky sound effects. And I was like, what are we... Because you know, like when you plug your phone in, it like plays the first
last thing you had.
No, mine plays the first thing on my
on your
Apple
music, on your Apple Music
Yeah.
specifically.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah,
every
mine
time,
does too.
Every time, and so like of course the song that it plays, like I hate now because
Yes.
it's like the thing it plays
Yeah.
every time. But he's just running through spooky sound effects.
I have 1,000, at least 1,000 sound effects from Song of Purple and Gold from downloading like, from buying like massive sound effect packs. I have like probably like 1,000 sound effects of just random stuff. It's so like sometimes I'll turn on the
6
car
a.m.
and it'll
We're
be
just
like,
spooking it out.
or like a toilet flushing.
Yeah, actually, I think that might
Or
have
like,
happened.
Mine
like
plays.
somebody being stabbed.
What?
Okay.
That's
Yeah,
not where
because
my
like,
head went.
at
No,
one point,
seriously.
At one point, the Swamp King had to like take out a bunch of people with a sword, and like there's battles and whatnot.
Yeah.
Do y'all remember the was
That's
it
a lot of
was it Senior
That's a lot
Bowl
of
or was
work.
it SEC Media Day over the summer where T-Bob had the sound effect board and he could
That was
not
both.
figure
Both.
out.
Both.
Every time we go anywhere.
Next time
Every
we're
time.
bringing a label machine. If
It'll
I
be like-
have a label machine, I can remember which one's which.
But
and then
that's
we'll
not
be good to
fun.
go.
That's not fun.
T-Bob's like, let me
Yes.
hit the applause or whatever, and it's like a boing or something. I'm like, dude.
Be like,
Still
I
my
like
favorite
that
moment
noise.
is when he realized Latu's name was
Yeah.
not, what'd you call him?
Camp
Cameron?
Latu.
I thought he was.
It was my fault. It was my fault, to be fair. I take the L there.
I think we pulled it off though.
No, we did, but it happened
We
so
did.
quickly.
I don't
It
think he even
happened-
caught. He was so happy to be there.
I know,
Yeah.
dude.
Like he was just giddy.
No, when I saw him get drafted, I was so happy.
It makes me.
I was like, oh, remember
Yeah.
those days.
It's like Rivs. You
First
say,
defensive player drafted.
Yeah, I know, which is crazy actually. But you say it makes your nose itch. Thinking about that situation makes my nose itch actively. Like it could not have.
Well, but we got thrown in really fast. Like Molly,
I didn't like that either.
Molly, who is in charge of the Senior Bowl, she's like bringing players around, and they were like mid segment. So she brings him to me, and she like whispers his name to me, and I just hear like part of it. So I'm like, if I can get a part of that name
not something you hear all the time
to
either.
T-Bob, like he'll know who this is, you know. And so I give him like half the name, and he's like, and he repeats it back to me, and I think I hear the correct
Oh, I said
thing.
Cameron Latu.
I heard Latu, and I was like, yeah.
And I started
And that was it.
Googling.
And then we sit him down and like.
Started Googling, and Cameron Latu's been in the league for a year already.
But
No,
Jake
what would have been
knew.
funny is your first question, like, what are you doing here?
Well, I
know.
kind of like
when
did
he
hit him
said
with
his
like,
name, I knew. I was like, oh no, this is because he got. I think he got drafted by Denver. I'm like, oh no, but I couldn't.
No,
because I think Latu was sitting in between us, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So like I couldn't give you
Nope.
that information.
No, we made it though.
We made it though, and he had a good time. We talked to him for
He had
a
a great
while
time.
after.
Yeah,
Can
great
I
Yeah, I
energy.
was saying he
Real
was
quick.
so nice.
Great energy.
We're all wearing white T-shirts except for Taylor.
Way to go,
Ah,
T. Dickle.
nerd.
Loser.
What are you wearing?
Screwing it up as always.
A blue Under Armour shirt.
Oh,
I
but he
was-
has a white shirt underneath.
I do.
You
Bet
should
Bet you won't take
take
it off.
that shirt off.
Bet you won't take it off.
Take off your blue polo.
Okay.
It's a
go
weird
right
day
now.
for us to all
Are
wear
you
white.
feeling that grizzly energy, baby?
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
Come on, Grizz.
this is
Did you see Taylor's
T-Bob's-
energy drink, Rivers?
T-Bob's gonna laugh when I take this shirt off.
Oh no.
Oh no, what's on it?
My white shirt's sleeveless.
That's perfect,
Please,
actually.
optional.
That's actually perfect. Can you put the camera on you? What's happening?
Wait, did you cut those? Did you macrame that shirt yourself?
Like a workout shirt.
Grab the energy drink.
Yeah, grab the Grizzly.
You look like
so
a man who drinks grizzly, what is it? Grizzly sour gummy bear.
Grizzly
Yes.
Energy sour gummy bear flavor.
Did you mean to grab that? like you.
So here's the thing, Rivers.
Put the camera on
I
yourself.
got like 2 or 3 in my rotation.
Oh,
right?
absurd purchase.
I go to the gas
Truly
station
absurd
and like if you see something you've never seen before with a roaring bear
Put the camera
called
on.
Grizzly Energy.
I'm just not gonna grab it.
How are you? No. How are you not grabbing this thing?
Very
I'm
easily.
just not.
And then-
yeah, I would
I'm just
walk
walking right past it.
And then they have,
How are you not? Like,
and then they have 3 flavors.
I might go, huh? Look at that.
Well,
but then I'm going to continue to walk.
If Doctor Strange used the time stone to look at all the quantum realms, there would be one out of the infinite realms in which I'm like, I should drink that.
So curiosity got the best of me. And then Rivers, there's 3 flavors.
Okay.
I don't even remember the
Hit
other
me with
2.
the flavors. What are the? Oh, you don't remember.
Well, the other
Let's
was like
look
a
them up.
fruit punch,
Well,
like
that's
a
the crazier
basic,
part.
you know.
You with sour
Well,
gummy
and,
bear.
well, and then that's my point. I looked at it and I'm like, you know, I hadn't had them in a while, but sour gummy bears are delicious. Tastes just like a sour gummy bear.
Have y'all
So jokes
tried
on
it yet?
YouTube, Bub.
Absolutely not.
No, why
No,
would
I
we
guess
try
I
that?
should take a
I
sip.
think you
at
should take a
least.
sip.
I'll take a sip.
Look, it's healthy.
Give him-
it's
give him
10
a sip.
calories. There's no sugar.
Well, you got headphones on. Okay.
Yeah, remember?
Okay.
But look, they stretch. All right.
They got orange mango.
Okay. That actually doesn't sound bad.
They got some strawberry kiwi.
That was the
little
other one, the strawberry
that
kiwi.
tastes just like a
It's just like a monster,
crappy
like a.
energy
So
drink.
we're like,
Yeah.
okay, so a whole can of that though, could you down it?
Oh no, that
Yeah.
seems awful.
Yeah.
That just
That would
seems
make my
awful
chest hurt,
to
I
drink an
think.
entire can of it. Yeah, a bit Four Loko, like for sure.
When I was in high school, my senior year, you know, I like everything just hit in. Like I didn't care about going to class. I was in sweatpants every day.
Senior year of high school?
Huh?
You didn't have to go to class senior year of
No,
high
I
school?
did, but I was a TA the first period, so I just rolled in like
Yeah.
sweatpants. I don't know if I brushed my hair, and so but I would always stop by the gas station before I got there in my Dodge Neon, my like
Hell
red
yeah.
Dodge Neon, and I would go in and this is like I don't know 9 a.m. I would grab 1 bag of chili cheese Fritos and a giant Monster Energy drink,
Yeah.
and I would just consume that
That
on the
sounds
way
so
to
good.
school at 9 a.m.
Yeah.
And I just think about that sometimes.
Well, y'all know those like
Chili
Mexican
cheese Fritos
girls.
are really good.
They're not bad. They're not bad.
They're really good, but 9
not
a.m.
Not
With a
energy
monster.
drink. Not paired with a monster.
No.
The Mexican girls that always had the hot Cheetos at like 8 in the morning.
Yeah.
That was me.
I am
Except
that.
for it was Takis. It was Takis instead of
Well,
hot
just
Cheetos.
like me and all the other Mexican girls are eating
Yeah.
spicy food.
Yeah.
I used to
It's
love
true. And a Gatorade.
I used to really love a hot chili or the chili Fritos. And then one time leaving football practice, I think it was like junior high, my best friend just puked all over us in the back seat. And it was all chili cheese
Runs it.
Fritos.
Straight
Yeah.
runs
That's
it.
terrible.
Yeah, I don't think
Yeah,
I've
like, is
eaten
that
like
the
a
worst
couple
chip
since, but
that
never
could be?
another bag.
I know Funyuns in
Ooh, I
that
love
situation
Funyuns.
because
That
I
would
like
be
Funyuns,
so
but that
gross
would be
coming back up.
that'd
It's
be bad.
not a great chip to get thrown up because
Yeah.
of the color.
Right.
Yeah.
A lot of
Right,
brown
right.
and red
Yeah.
in there,
I
which I
honestly
love.
don't know if I have had chili cheese Fritos since high school.
What?
I mean,
I had,
I
like,
think but
2 weeks ago.
every
I
I
single
had 3 weeks
Like,
ago. We
all
got them in
that
the
time
vending
ago?
machine in the basement.
every
That works?
single day.
Yeah.
It does
oh, yeah,
now,
it does.
as of yesterday.
Brittany
I
has
think.
like a variety pack of like 2 variety packs of chips in her office, and they have the chili cheese ones in there.
Because
and I
that
grabbed a
healthy
pack the
vending
other day.
machine on floor 1 hasn't
It
worked
doesn't
since I
work.
worked
Yeah,
here.
no.
The one in the basement used to always work when
It
I was
does.
here.
It
'cause
works,
I
yeah.
always got snacks.
I hate vending machines.
No, you
Why?
don't.
You
You wanted to buy
start
your
a
own.
Love.
meat vending
Exactly.
machine business.
Because I
Vending
wanted
machine.
to change the industry. Okay.
It's not.
The boudin
Oh,
vending
You want to
machine.
disrupt the
Yeah.
vending
Yes.
machine.
forgot
The
that
boudin
we were
vending
gonna
Rivers,
buy
you
a
wanted to
vending
put
machine.
raw meat in a vending machine and
Yeah.
sell it.
You can pretty much put anything in a vending machine at this point.
I think that's a
You wanted
terrible
a
idea.
boudin one.
Yeah,
like
he
you.
wanted
Yeah,
boudin.
yeah,
I
he
mean,
wanted a
they're
boudin vending
selling
machine.
some very questionable things in Asia out of vending machines.
Yeah,
Okay, we got into that
Yeah, used
conversation.
panties.
Exactly.
Yes.
Thank you. Which again, the used panty thing maybe was real at a time. Now not real. It's illegal.
There's
but,
some
Terrible
like
idea.
FDA things. Or I guess they're not regulated by the FDA.
no, they were not. That's there's no world. Is there a world FDA? I don't know. Now we're gonna get like
Nah.
Alex Jones in here, like, oh, WHO.
The frogs are gay.
Yeah, exactly. That's such a good.
It's so
good.
funny. There's a musical remix to it, and it's
I've
hilarious.
heard that.
Yeah.
I mean, Alex
Frogs.
Jones is a psychopath, but he's good
It's
for
kind of
memes.
funny, yeah.
There's funny memes. There's no great way to switch out of
Wait, I
Alex
have
Jones
so
and
many
Four
things
Locos.
I want to talk about.
Yes.
But I don't feel like we have a lot of time here, so I'll
Tease
talk
them
about
for the other
well,
side.
no, but there's a very small thing that I
Okay.
feel like we can maybe just Taylor. There's a video in the 9:30. If you just click on that link, I'm just scrolling through Twitter this morning, and
Probably not the one you have.
No, it's not. It's
I'm just scrolling scrolling through Twitter, and I just see this video, and I mean, my initial reaction is just like, what? But then I'd click on the video, and the person recording the video, that was also his reaction. He was just like, what?
Let me see this. Can we get it with sound here?
Or, I mean, you don't need sound.
No?
No.
Oh, we don't need sound? Okay, don't need sound.
Just need video. But it is from an NBA game. And I'll set it up for you.
What?
If you can't see
Is that Rick Carlisle?
Yeah, Rick Carlisle.
It appears as if someone asked AI to create a video of what it thinks how you should scratch your neck.
It feels good. So he's got both hands at his neck, and he's doing
I'm not mad at
like a cascading fingers thing. And I mean, that feels pretty good.
Somebody said it looks like Jim Carrey is on a side quest coaching the NBA.
Well, yes. I mean, that has been the Rick Carlisle go-to, is that him and Jim Carrey are like actually twins.
But would you ever like naturally do that?
Well, it's efficient, right? I mean, you're getting covering a lot of
Actually,
surface
I feel
area.
like I've seen you
it's
do
a
this.
It's a constant scratch. I've never done it this effectively.
I can do it with one hand. I don't need two.
No, because you only have one thumb. You only have, okay.
I'm sorry. I just saw that with no context, and I was just like, I'm
well,
so sorry.
at least that's more wholesome than Pat Bev throwing the ball at fans.
Oh, yeah.
Last
Yeah,
week.
yeah, for sure, for sure.
And then telling a female reporter after the game that she can't interview him because she's not subscribed to his podcast. Probably not a great move for ESPN, Bev, and everything going on over there. Or is he with Barstool?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought okay.
So that's
never
like
mind. So never mind, he can get away
that's
with it.
perfect.
Yeah,
Also,
yeah.
he like specifically knows that she is not subscribed to his podcast. That was a
How?
little odd to me.
Yeah, I don't know.
He's like, I check every day, and your name is not on there, Bev.
Oh, man. All right, let's go to break. When we get back, Wiener Dogs here on OTB.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Off the bench with Hester and
Oh,
T-Bob.
yeah, Wiener
ESPN
Dogs.
Baton Rouge,
Yeah.
New Orleans,
You don't even
Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Jake's like, I really don't.
More like Dodson Noble.
Oh, that's
CentralPlumbing.org, 925-8552. CentralPlumbing.org, 925-8552 for all your plumbing problems. 50 years Central Plumbing's been at it, guys. And they got a lot of great advantages. Okay, flat rate pricing, 24/7 emergency service. Everybody's licensed, bond insured. Great warranty. Okay. Commercial and residential work. So, like, basically, they do it all. But it's not just repairs. It's upgrades as well. If you want to get a tankless water heater like Jake did, remodel a bathroom, Central Plumbing's your answer. The Payne family, they're the best. CentralPlumbing.org, CentralPlumbing.org.
It's residential and commercial repairs, certainly, but also, as T-Bob said, remodel. So if you own a business and you have multiple restrooms in your business, say it's, you got a whole floor downtown, don't worry. Check out the fleet right there on the homepage, ready to go. Go to the website, centralplumbing.org, that number 225-925-8552.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Power up your next project with John Deere Deals by Sunshine. Whether you're working hard or playing hard, our knowledgeable team will help you find the right product for you. Ask us about our amazing tractor package promotions. Learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine at sunequip.com.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
When it comes to ending cancer, we push forward, always working together for you. That's why our cancer experts at Ochsner have clinically integrated with MD Anderson Cancer Center. This means advanced cancer care, including access to life-saving clinical trials and integrating care to treat the whole you. Introducing Ochsner MD Anderson Cancer Center. Long live you.
BRAC teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered gold. BRAC, your #1 park system in the nation.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs, even in the case of an after-hours emergency.
Matt Moscona inviting you to join us for Friday's AFR, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. Rico Payton, Saints rookie, he'll be here. Get you set for LSU Texas A&M at the box, and it's transfer portal decision day for some big targets. Join us 3 to 6, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Ask the Bench, favorite restaurant bread appetizer?
This is easy.
What?
Is it?
Texas Roadhouse rolls.
They're good.
There's an Italian place here in town.
He was so ready for us to be like, yes.
No, it's just easy for me.
There's an Italian place here. Which one is it? Maybe
you
it's
got
like
Little
down by
Village?
the bridge.
Little Village that has the cornbread
Wait,
bread.
under
The Julia's?
No,
Under the
maybe
bridge
it's the
is
Julia's.
Julia's.
They have a
It's
similar
not
brand.
Julia.
That's
No,
a very important
Panetta's?
answer.
I don't know.
I know what
can't
mine
remember.
is, and it's
I'm
none of
screwing up.
those. So there's one in New Orleans. It's a different pizza place. I can't think of what it is, but then there at Roca in Baton Rouge.
Yeah.
They do the same thing with a
Yes.
different whipped goat cheese or different whipped cheese, but it's just garlic knots with a whipped cheese.
Oh, that sounds great. That sounds great. Sounds
Bury
delicious.
me with those.
I'm not probably going to have a great. Katie would have a
nuts.
much better answer. She loves bread. But
Actually, Supper Club has a pretty fire
Yeah.
bread.
Yes,
those little
they
rolls,
do.
like
Yes.
Yeah.
Those little honey
Dude,
something rolls.
Yeah.
I'm into that.
They're
Cheesecake
so good.
Factory has sourdough
Yeah.
and brown
Yeah,
bread.
they bring it at the
They
same
bring
time.
both.
It's excellent.
So
One of
depending on what the table wants.
1,000
What's the
items
buffet
in
place
that
you love so
Cheesecake
much?
Factory.
But you know
Piccadilly.
what?
It's cafeteria.
They're
I
all
knew you were
good.
gonna do that.
Cafeteria.
The what?
It's not a buffet. It's cafeteria.
That was so on the mark.
We got it yesterday. The boys did. The boys wanted Piccadilly.
Piccadilly?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
They got to go. Yeah.
Jake hates when I call it a buffet.
It's not a buffet. Cafeteria.
I mean, there is actually a difference. I always thought it was a buffet, but I didn't realize either. I thought it was like Golden Corral.
Well, okay, but this is a real question. Look,
Cheesecake Factory's good though. I know the menu's really thick, and you were about to make fun of it, but I love it, and I wish we had one here.
He's talking about the 6,000 items. Every one of them
there's
slapped.
They're all good. I've never had a bad one.
BJ's is the same way. I just want like a regular
yeah,
amount of
yeah.
menu items.
I went to
don't
BJ's
need a
years
novel.
ago, and it was absurd.
I don't love BJ's.
It was absurd.
The Pazookies are fire.
This is
What's a Pazookie?
That's true.
It's the little
It's a
cookie.
pizza
It's the
cookie.
skillet cookie thing.
a pizza cookie.
Oh,
Um,
Pizza
I hate that
cookie,
name.
Don't love that.
This is a
either.
real question, and this is not me making fun of Piccadilly or cafeterias or buffets. I don't know the difference.
Feels like a no
Feels
offense
like here it
situation.
comes.
But
No,
It makes
I don't
sense.
know the difference. I don't know the difference in a cafeteria and a buffet.
Cafeteria.
just like a
let, me,
school.
let me see if I can name it here because I haven't been to Piccadilly in years. Buffet.
'Cause maybe my definition of
food
buffet
is
is
sitting
different.
out. You're making your own plate.
You do it yourself.
Cafeteria, you're going down the line and there's
And
people
they're doing
serving
it.
you, and you're saying, "I want some of that." I want
So,
some of that. Is that
same,
correct?
except
Can't you like get up and go get seconds for a buffet?
So the
Yeah. Cafeteria, you get one shot at.
Right.
Cafeteria, it's
Oh,
one
okay.
server.
Ah.
I was gonna say so the main difference is just who's serving it to you.
And the amount.
No, I mean because like a cafeteria, you get a you get a protein, two
sides.
sides, and a
Yeah.
bread.
Oh, I didn't
okay,
realize
okay,
that
I didn't
either.
know that.
I didn't
Yeah.
realize
So you
that
have a limit. You literally have a limit
I
to
mean,
what
you
you can get.
more, but it's going to
You got
cost
to pay.
more.
Yeah.
Is cafeteria food fresher? I feel like
Probably.
yes.
I would
Yeah,
go
it
with
doesn't
that.
sit
I feel
out.
like
It doesn't,
yes.
like, sit
Because
out as
someone's
long.
really
I feel like
paying
yes.
attention to it.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, and they only like order more if they're out of something. You know what I'm saying? Like if
yes.
you run out of hamburger
Yes.
steak, they're like, "Hey, we need some hamburger steaks."
I mean,
It's not just sitting there all day.
We're going to need more hamburgers.
That's what I get it.
Dude, it's a popular item.
That is
chopped beef, hamburger steak, whatever you call
1,000%
it.
the case every day of my
Okay,
life.
that makes
I'm like,
sense. That makes
hey,
sense.
I need more hamburger steak. Speaking of,
I don't know if you're throwing shade, but it's delicious.
no, hamburger steak's right.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
just the hamburger steak's amongst the most. If we were to do a blue collar food tier list,
True.
hamburger steak would be S tier.
Yeah.
Chicken fried steak could be up there as
Oh,
well.
man, I love chicken fried steak.
Yeah. I mean, who
What would be
doesn't?
some other
Yeah.
great blue
Love it.
collar foods?
Out on blue
Macaroni
Biscuits
and
and gravy?
cheese.
Yeah,
Like,
biscuits
for a
and
side,
gravy,
like
fire.
macaroni and cheese. Would that go
Fire.
there?
Mac
Yeah,
and
mac and
cheese.
cheese.
Right?
I mean,
yeah.
Mashed
I'm just trying
potatoes
to-
and gravy.
Yeah,
Those
yeah,
are just your,
yeah.
you know.
Just solid fare.
Just all the
Solid,
carbs.
hearty,
Every carb.
fare. Yeah.
Starches, carbs.
Yep.
I like to dip my bread in my mashed potatoes and gravy.
I'm into that.
Ooh, so good.
You are like, that's you. You
Yeah.
dip your bread into whatever you're eating. So I
That's
can see
also
that. Yeah.
also true. Also true. All right, so Rivers is very excited about this.
Mm-hmm.
This was the Wiener dog tease. Do you want to dive straight into the
Yeah,
video,
let's-
or do you want to set it up first?
Well, you can play the video in the background. You don't have to do like
Okay.
it doesn't have
Audio?
to have sound.
Okay.
Yeah, we can just do the video. So last year, and I'm so sorry, I cannot remember the guy's name, but he and his wife were at a restaurant in Starkville that's like on the strip of like where the main bars are, the Cotton District.
Yeah.
And they're just like looking out to this main strip, and it was this weekend, I think, or maybe like a couple weeks before, and they maybe were talking about the Derby or whatever. And I don't know.
Yeah, Kentucky Derby's this weekend, by the way, guys.
He has a
I'm
Dachshund.
Delaware.
So he has a Dachshund. He has a Wiener dog. He was like, you know what this little strip would be perfect for? Wiener dog racing.
What?
And then you know what he did? He went to like the city council and he went to the Greater Starkville Development and he made it happen. He got sponsors. All of it is benefiting the Oktibbeha County Humane Society, which is
Oktibbeha
Starkville.
County?
Yeah, whoa,
Hey,
what?
look,
Hey now.
Hey,
don't be dropping
Sorry.
Oktibbeha on me,
Nobody
bro.
in Louisiana need to be making fun of any kind of names.
No. I love
that.
Oktibbeha. That's what I'm saying. That's a good name.
So it all
Oh, yes.
benefits the Humane Society. And so last year was the first year, but it was this huge success. Like people loved it. So this year it's even bigger. There's hundreds of dogs running. There's 4 categories. It's seniors, adults, puppies, and pretenders.
Hell yeah.
So any dog can get in the pretender. You just have to dress like a hot dog.
Aww.
And then there's like hundreds of art and food vendors. The Oscar Mayer Wiener Mobile is
What?
in town. There's just all sorts of stuff happening, but it starts at 8:30 and it just runs all day. And so it's in the middle of the bars, like the strip of bars
But,
and
I mean,
restaurants.
he never fails to amaze me. Just the excuses that people will find to get
Well, but
drunk
look,
and just have a good time.
For sure.
Like, dude, this would be great for Wiener dog.
This is
racing.
great for Wiener dog racing.
What?
And
Yes.
look, people are going to be there. So Jake Crane is going to cover it.
Oh, what?
Stephen
Daily
Schock.
Wire covering the Wiener dog
They
race.
are.
Let's go.
Stephen Schock from Virginia, the baseball player.
Yeah,
He's going to be there. He loves Starkville.
Yeah, he covers some of the. His ability to stay on top of all of college baseball is actually insane.
He came to Duty Noble a couple weeks ago and did a whole video with our marketing department, and it was incredible.
Yeah.
But anyways, there's a lot of people. It's going to be a fun time. I mean, it's just Alabama's coming to town. Oh, my favorite part of the whole thing. So every week, the Mississippi State marketing department puts out, or the athletic department puts out a picture for the baseball, like a teaser, whatever. So we're playing Alabama. So it's like the baseball team in front of Duty Noble with like 2 elephants coming forward, and they're just like protect the dude, and Bully's in front, and then in the bottom left corner is a little wiener dog, and I was like crying.
It should be
It's
like
so
a
funny.
swarm of wiener dogs. So be my only note.
So it's really cool. So I think it'll be cool, and I can't wait to see videos. from
Wait, is Jahan going to be there?
Who?
Jahan.
Just enlighten him.
Jahan Dotson.
I need
Yeah. Receiver, NFL.
Where are those buttons when you need them?
The studio laugh. The studio laugh. Are we talking about? Jahan Dotson was a good joke. Screw
Look,
y'all,
are you
dude.
trying to not dress your dog up like a hot dog and let him just run around? Didn't your dog dress up like a
Yeah, I
hot
did a
dog?
hot dog thing. Yeah, that was years ago. Wow, I forgot about that at Tin
Me
Roof.
too. I just had this like weird memory flood back in of your dog and a hot dog.
I feel like I was a big wiener dog fan growing up. I think I actually had a wiener dog when I was real young. Like, one of those that you don't really remember because it was more your parents' dog and not yours.
Oh yeah.
I don't know that I love them now, but I would love to go get drunk and watch Wiener dogs race. Sure.
Well, you don't
right?
have. It doesn't have to be. It just has to be dressed
That's
like
what
a.
I say. I don't have an Ebenezer. Oh, you can bring any dog.
A pretender. There's a pretender group.
Oh,
so
I
you
missed
just
what the
bring
pretender
any
was.
dog and you dress them up like a hot dog.
I was so busy
Gotcha.
formulating the
Me too.
Jahan Dotson joke
Oh, my.
that I couldn't pay attention to what
I
you were
was
talking
I
about
was
at that
trying, I thought it was just wiener dogs of any age
No,
could
so I
dress
said
up.
seniors, adults, puppies, pretenders.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dude, I'd have a big wiener dog. Y'all are just no. I'm being serious. I have a
You would,
100-pound
would.
dog.
But
He's
I
massive.
like the silence. It was nice.
He's massive.
It was nice.
More like a
He's a-
cocktail weenie.
He's a thick boy. Thick dick. I call him the girth master sometimes.
Dude, let's go scope out the chicks at the wiener dog deal.
Yeah, dude. Look, man. Again, human ingenuity and the excuses to just
Look,
get
we
drunk
just want
and
to
have
sit
a
at
good
a
time.
bar on a porch. We want to drink a beer and we want to watch some little dogs race.
Yeah, some people have Jazz Fest, and then we got May the 4th
That's right.
Weenie Dogs races.
This is true.
How do you gamble on the Kentucky Derby?
On FanDuel.
You can you actually gamble on traditional
like
gambling apps?
So
'Cause I feel like-
FanDuel actually came out. It was like 2 weeks ago, and they're like, we're the first ones to have.
Oh, okay, but I'm not crazy. It is like a breakthrough thing. Like I feel
They
like
had an
normally,
advertisement I saw on TV the other day.
I guess
horse racing.
legally, because I've done it illegally.
Yeah,
you know,
I'm talking
through, like-
legally, like
Yeah.
because horse racing has kind of siloed themselves off and said like no,
Fan-
you have to
FanDuel's-
download our app.
FanDuel
Steve
has
Bob,
the
this is a
best
Jimmy Yacht
horse racing
question, bro.
bets
Really?
available. Yeah.
Okay, hell yeah, dude.
This is a Jimmy Yacht question. It's a big week for our guy.
Well, no, how Otter does it is with illegal bookies. So
Otter's
it's
more
not a Jimmy Yacht question.
Otter's more Del Mar than
Allegedly.
anything. But
Yeah,
yes,
true.
he'll do Kentucky Derby.
Pretty sure last year he took like he was in Del Mar for like a month.
That's what he does every year.
It's
Bro,
prep.
No, he
it's
does it
where
every
the
year.
surf meets the turf. Taylor, grow up, of course.
God, Del Mar's incredible. Oh
They
my
always
God,
come late on the
incredible.
grass. Don't you know anything?
I do.
I haven't gotten drunk with Otter in far too long.
I hadn't seen Otter.
He
was at the draft party.
hoot at the draft party.
I'm
I was
so
in
mad I
Detroit,
missed
so
the
I
draft
wasn't there.
party, dude.
So
mad.
we're all sitting there around the chairs, right? Like everybody's contributed to the show. Jimmy's behind us, like back to us watching the TV, either cheering or booing because he bet on
Yeah,
like,
every
who's going
pick,
to go hit every pick. It was hilarious.
Wait, I heard. So did Hanny tie one on at the draft party?
Yeah, later in the draft.
Hell yeah, doing whiskey and wine. Right, that's how you do it, Hanny dog. My dog, let's go.
A lot of dogs.
A lot of
Big
dog
dog.
talk here.
Yeah, a lot of
Big
dog.
big dog.
Big dog.
Big dog.
Big dog. I haven't done it yet, but I haven't been around a lot of
With
people.
big dog, dude, for sure. It's
But-
better.
but
I do
you
a lot
know-
of man and bro.
I thought so. There's this
Big
video,
dog.
and I shared it with them, and I think they had already seen it,
What?
or I don't know. But basically, it was this woman, and she was like, "I found a way to make every man in my life do whatever I need him to do, and it's just start calling him Big Dog." I'm
Hell
like,
yeah.
"Hey, Big Dog. Hey, can you do this
Yeah.
thing for me, Big Dog? Yo, Big Dog."
It feels
And
good.
At first, I was like, "That's funny," but then I was like, "Would that really work? Like, if I started calling you Big Dog, no, you would hate that."
Well, it's no.
You would like it.
It's a bit impersonal.
Taylor, if I started calling you
Okay.
Big Dog,
It's a bit
that
impersonal. to be
feels
fair.
almost a little condescending.
I feel like our
first, I'd be
relationship
like,
like a pat on the head.
At first, I'd be like, hey, big dog.
Did
But
y'all-
after like
Big
4 or 5
dog.
times, I'd be like, nah.
Did
I'm
y'all's
good.
parents have something where they call people that they didn't know, and that's how you knew
How,
they didn't know
bud?
them? My dad was easy
My
money.
guy?
He said
Easy
easy money.
money, that's a
if
good
he
one.
didn't know you and I knew it, he'd be like,
I
"Hey,
like
ho,
that.
what's up, easy money?" And I'm
It's
like,
good 'cause
"You
it's
have
like-
no idea who that is."
That's like a
Dad."
little ingratiating. Like that's like that
Easy money was
feels
just
like you're
go.
No,
close.
that feels like the most dad thing, though. I
What?
love that. I love that.
I was just I was a man guy.
Hey, man.
So like we'd be walking like to class in college or something. Somebody would be like, "What's up, Taylor? Big? Hey, what's up, man?" Shake his hand, keep going.
I feel like
Mighty
y'all
white
make
of
it too
you.
complicated. You just don't have to say the person's name.
I don't.
You just be
I
like,
say, I
hey.
don't. I just say, "Hey, what's up?"
Just do
man?"
like
Keep
T-Bob
going.
and I do. Just say yo for a long time.
And then,
There you go.
and then about 5 minutes later, T-Bob
You
leans
hit him,
down
yeah.
into my ear and
Yo.
goes, "Who's that person?"
That's not true, guys. I've never done that before in my life. I remember every single person I've ever met in my entire life. Let's be clear about that.
I don't think that's
Big dog.
What's
And they're
tough?
all
at
named
media
Big Dog.
days. You will certainly lean in and ask one of us who that person is.
Yeah.
Every
Yeah,
year.
yeah. I would love if I was like a Jeff Bezos type and I just had a handler that could feed me information constantly.
This is very niche, and I don't think that you guys will get it. But in The Devil Wears Prada, there's the scene
I've
where
never seen
Anne
it, actually.
Hathaway is
I've never
standing
seen it.
next to.
You've seen the other one.
Next
But
to
she's
Miranda
standing
Priestley.
next to Miranda Priestley, and they're at this big like Vogue event, and every person who walks up, Anne Hathaway takes a step
Yeah.
in, and is just like whispers the name,
Yeah.
and then steps
And the
away.
wife's
Oh,
name.
that's kind of like,
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
I'll never
who
go-
I am for T-Bob.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Coach Saban has that guy.
Yeah. Oh, because
I'm that guy.
I was going to go meet Coach Saban in the middle of the field, and like he knows who I am, but his guy didn't. Like his guy's just making sure.
You got to be ready.
And I saw him.
Yep.
LSU.
Yep.
No.
And like has a guy, and then I saw the guy whisper to him. Like every person that came up to Coach Saban, he whispered.
I'm T-Bob's guy.
Did you call him out? Did you call him out on it?
Yeah.
No,
and you fed me Cameron Latu. Okay, so you're about to get fired. To be clear. But no, it's like the first time I ever watched Brian Kelly work a room when we had that welcome ceremony in the stadium.
Yeah.
He had someone subtly feeding him who was who, and he worked the room like a savant. It was the first time where I was like, oh, okay, like this guy's got a political acumen to him that is on a bit of a different level here.
Somebody said, oh, Bilbo O.T. Baggins, calling people you don't know a nickname is crazy. And it kind of is. It's same as like shaking someone's hand and like pulling it towards you.
Yeah,
you know,
it's like him, give him a hug.
It's a real power move to call someone you don't know a nickname.
Bruh, I agree with bruh. Wash your mouth's right. Bruh's great in South in Louisiana. Say bruh.
Hey, say now. Say fella.
Or
What's up,
no,
bruh? Hey,
coach.
fella.
Good to see you, man.
Well,
I've never been a
hate
big coach
that.
guy. That's a big Baton Rouge thing.
hate
that.
Baton
Is
Rouge,
a Baton Rouge thing.
Baton
Stop
Rouge
calling
is
everyone coach.
I have never met anyone do that until I met Richard Condon.
Really?
No,
that's
a
Jordy was my first.
But no,
Doug
that's
Thompson.
so many people do it.
No, it's everybody. It's everybody in Baton Rouge. But I'm saying Jordy was my first.
Never heard it until I started working here.
Right.
Not one time.
Oh, I hear it all the time.
And plus, like I normally reserve coach for coaches.
For coaches.
I mean,
y'all are around a lot of coaches.
Like when we had Ace, Crew's dad, in here the other day, he's a coach. So I called him coach, but it was not
like
a
a
Baton
doctor.
Rouge coach thing. Yes, exactly. All right, when we get back, more shenanigans. Keep it locked. OTB.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Ben Levy, I just say hello, fellow child of Christ. I mean, sure. Seems a little unwieldy.
Oh, my brother in Christ.
My brother in Christ is good.
My brother in Christ is actually pretty good.
good.
Coleman Roofing and Construction, ColemanRoof.com. ColemanRoof.com.
Okay.
Look, you want the most complete, the most reliable, and the most respected roof company in Baton Rouge? It's right there at Coleman. And they've been done for 40 years. But what's crazy is through those 40 years, they've continued to ascend. And right now, the balls, the partners over at Coleman, the culture's incredible, man. It is a work hard, do everything you can for your client sort of environment. So you need any job, commercial, residential, anywhere in the Louisiana or the Gulf South region, any type of roof, construction, whatever. Coleman Roofing and Construction is there for you, ColemanRoof.com.
And if you want to find out the contact information for where you're located in Louisiana, Gonzales, Baton Rouge, Madisonville, wherever it might be, you can go to the website. It's right there, top right corner of the website, ColemanRoof.com.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial property. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local. So call today at 293-0450 or lainsurance.net.
Yo, Jake here from my friends over at Community Steel Company located in Gonzales, Louisiana. The local place you can turn to for all of your metal building needs. Notice I said local, not Houston, not Dallas, not Atlanta, but right here in Gonzales. Visit them at their brand new state-of-the-art website at communitysteelco.com or pick up the phone and give them a call today to answer all of your questions on your metal buildings, roofing and sheet metal, and any other steel needs you or your business need at 225-647-2020.
There it is, the extra mile on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
At Relief Windows, we're more than windows. We're windows, doors, party plank, and vinyl siding. But our number one product is always customer satisfaction.
Sandiger, join us for the Friday edition of Live at Lunch from Rufino's on Highland Road. We're getting you ready for the weekend, the NBA playoffs, Kentucky Derby, and LSU baseball against Texas A&M. Live at Lunch, 11 a.m. Friday from Rufino's on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Okay. Next year, we got to go to salsa lessons.
Ooh. I was doing a lot.
Jake, you coming with us?
Doing a lot of salsa dancing at
Florida,
at the wedding last week at Floraditas, the Mobile Ernest Hemingway bar.
We missed the salsa lessons by one night.
Yeah, there's salsa lessons.
Can you imagine T-Bob? T-Bob was brokenhearted for Truly. We sat down for like 10 minutes.
I mean, look.
He kept bringing it up. Like,
I love salsa.
Oh, if only we were here tomorrow.
Well, I've only done one.
But we
I've only
aren't.
done one salsa lesson, and it was at a Knock Knock event, and it was from my friend Van Vo, who owns Little Wars. Shout out Little Wars, the best board game shop in Louisiana. Definitely Baton Rouge. The new location's incredible if you've never been. But Van, a Renaissance man, not content with being a successful board game shop owner, also teaches dance. And yeah, he taught me my only salsa move that I know.
I mean, part
and
of
I
me
used him a lot at the wedding last week.
Part of me was relieved.
What's the move?
It's just like that little step out thing.
It's
where
like
you
a
just
step out with like some hips.
Okay, yeah.
Part of me was relieved because I was like, T-Bob would 1,000% make me do this, and I don't like embarrassing myself.
I love salsa.
But then part of me was
And I
a
love to
little
dance.
disappointed because I was like, that could have been, do it for the plot.
Who
do
wouldn't-
it for the plot.
I mean, if you are the type of person,
We would have been there all night if that salsa
if you
stuff
are
had
the
been
type
happening.
of person that is presented with random salsa lessons and you don't
I would've done it.
partake, I don't know if we can be friends.
I would have done it, but then instead we ended up running into
Glenn Gilbo.
and we
Shout out my boy
I forgot
Glenn.
y'all did that.
But
Y'all
we
told me
actually
that the
had a
next
really
day.
wonderful time with him.
I love
He
Glenn.
bought us me a glass of
A lot
wine,
of LSU
T-Bob a
fans
drink.
feel a certain way about Glenn. Glenn's always been good to me.
He had some really cool stories about your
Great
dad.
stories,
And
yeah.
just like Louisiana football.
Sports.
I mean, look, I get it. I was a little hesitant, but then Glenn won me over. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie. I haven't spent a lot of time with him, and
What?
that's pretty cool.
What? Not gonna lie.
In jail.
Yeah. No, it's It's I don't hate that usage of it. But no, I mean, look, that's I guess that's kind of like a parable for life, right?
Yeah.
Outside looking in, you think a person's one thing, and maybe part of it is politics or something else that you disagree
sure.
on, and then you actually end up hanging out with them, and you're like, oh, that was excellent.
For
It
me,
was a great
Glenn
time.
is a perfect example of that.
Yeah. I would
Shout out
agree.
Glenn.
Shout out Glenn Gilbo. All right.
Oh,
What
wait,
else?
there
Do
was
we
something
have
else.
anything else?
Oh, yeah. I mean, we don't have to talk long about this, and y'all may have seen it on the internet, but there is this summer league baseball team that is going to play a glow-in-the-dark game under black lights.
Ooh.
So it's the Tri-City Chili Peppers. What a name. They are out of Virginia, I think.
You know, I kind of hate minor
wrote it, I
league
thought,
baseball
but-
names. I know it makes me a bit of a curmudgeon.
That's like triple A, like triple A.
No, I just hate like
name
the
saying.
gimmicks
Like Trash
and everything.
Pandas. I actually love the Trash
Yeah.
Pandas.
I mean,
the Chihuahuas
like,
in El Paso.
Maybe it's just like the baby cakes that did it to me.
Oh,
But like
Yeah,
ever
I
since
see.
that whole saga, it's so gimmicky.
So they're going to play under custom black lights, which I don't know what that means, with UV reactive uniforms, bats, and balls that will appear neon in the light. The owner said it's going to be a cosmic baseball game, so they'll have an 80s feel with like a rave party and music playing with it.
Oh my God.
I think it's fun, but
no, it's a fun idea.
the problem for me is this. Like, I feel like so much could go wrong. Like, what happens if the ball gets dirty or... I mean, I don't know.
They probably got a ton
I'm not
of
a
them,
baseball player,
What
but I imagine this
happens-
would be incredibly difficult.
What happens when you walk up and everybody's like, "What are those stains on your pants?" I mean, what do you mean? I don't know what you're talking about.
Ooh.
I mean, to be clear, you better be wearing some clean clothes.
I'm sure these uniforms are new, T-Bob.
Yeah.
We used to take I'm talking about the crowd. Crowd's gonna be in a black light as well, dude.
That's true.
The crowd's gonna be a black
Oh,
light as
I had
well.
not considered that. That is
One of the
This is
worst
Room Raiders.
One of the worst things we ever did in college was take a black light to everybody's WCA room.
Why would you ever?
We were drinking beers and going around
That's
and
disgusting.
Yeah, that's bad.
It was so funny how the puddle on the ground would correlate directly with where the computer was located.
I just feel like people could probably, somebody said something about injuries in the chat. I feel like that's true. Like, this is just sort of, you're playing in the dark.
Yeah, so actually, this sounds crazy, but like when I went to Mexico with my family a couple weeks ago, there was a blacklight pickleball tournament that we played in. It was very hard.
Yeah.
I hated it.
Yeah.
I hated it. Also, I hated it because this dumbass didn't know how to play pickleball, and even though he was trying to present himself like a pickleball king, he didn't even know the freaking rules.
I just feel
When
like
you serve, you have to let it bounce on the return.
I just feel like your like perception of like space and distance might be weird in black light.
My question is, can you buy these jerseys? Because I'm getting one if you can buy them. That'd be
Oh,
so
you
cool.
are the reason why the Chili Peppers exist. Get out of here, T. Dickle.
Look, that neon green, yellow, whatever you want to call it, it's speaking to me. Those are fine.
We know what you're getting for Christmas.
The only problem is,
look, if we buy you a full Chili Pepper uniform, will you wear it?
yeah, but it has to be yellow jersey, pink pants. I want to
Okay.
mix and match.
Oh, but I don't know that. Okay, maybe.
I want to mix and match.
That said, I would go to this.
Yeah,
would go
I mean,
to this.
same.
To be fair, I would
Same.
go to this. Yeah, for sure. Not that that's exactly a high
And that's
bar.
fun. I mean, look, we have
But I would.
we have a college league, team, like summer league team here, and they do fun stuff. I mean, they're not doing that.
The Rougarou?
Yeah, Rougarou does they
Yeah,
have
Rougarou
done.
was a very good time.
I am so impressed with their marketing and
I agree.
all the like fun events. They make it really feel almost like a AAA like game.
Yeah, I
don't
agree.
know if you've been to any minor league games, but I mean, there's so much fun. And the thing is like, yes, there's baseball happening, but it's about crowd involvement and
Yeah,
community.
I got attacked by that Russian bastard. I got to get him back.
I don't know what that means.
225 Wrestling. I'm just here trying to announce and honor a Little League team, and all of a sudden I catch a clothesline to the back. I can't remember what the wrestler's name was, but he's some
Did
commie
you know
from
it was
Russia.
happening?
Can't turn your back on them, T-Bub.
Can't.
Did I know it was happening? No, it's wrestling. I had no idea. Came
well,
out of
shout
nowhere.
out Rougarou. They do a good job, but maybe we don't do the black light. I don't know.
Again, just wear
I feel
clean
like it's
clothes to the
It's going
black
to cost
light.
a lot of money to change all the
Yeah.
lights to black lights.
Right. No, I mean, who's paying for the Chili Peppers?
I mean, I've seen how
That's
much
that's a
times
better
on-
story.
Yeah, the band.
All right, let's go to break. Ask the bench next.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Pinnacle Exterior Construction. Guys, we talk a lot of pools, but what about fences? Okay, it's exterior construction. Any size fence, any type of fence, Pinnacle is your. Let's go to pecbuilt.com. Look at the website and understand. Like, just the gallery is going to blow you away. Look, if you want a pool this summer, be it a completely custom job or a spec pool, whatever the case may be, you want to check out Pinnacle Exterior Construction. Again, the website is pecbuilt.com. And regardless of size and scope, Pinnacle throws the full weight of its team behind your project to deliver the results you've come to expect.
Outdoor living spaces, fences like T-Bob mentioned. We talk about the pools every day, bulkheads as well, artificial turf. If you want to throw some turf, if you want to throw some turf down in the backyard, right? And to be able to have whatever activity that you want to have out there, sports, whatever, they can do that as well. pecbuilt.com, pecbuilt.com.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
There it is, the extra mile on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Power up your next project with John Deere Deals by Sunshine. Whether you're working hard or playing hard, our knowledgeable team will help you find the right product for you. Ask us about our amazing tractor package promotions. Learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
When it comes to ending cancer, we push forward, always working together for you. That's why our cancer experts at Ochsner have clinically integrated with MD Anderson Cancer Center.
It's on. Join me for a Friday edition of the Hunt Palmer Show presented by Cork's Cajun Fried Fish and Shrimp. Preston Guy talking LSU football. Chris Tamui getting you ready for LSU and Texas A&M from the box. Hunt Palmer Show 1 to 3 weekdays, 104.5 ESPN, Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
All right, it's time for the little Ask the Bench, right about Cold. Curse Live, Visit Our Tilts of Blue Moonlight Sky City Suite. Hunt Palmer. Asking, would you rather go to the moon or Gulf Shores?
I mean,
honestly, Gulf Shores.
Honestly,
dude, I ain't trying
for
to
me.
die, dude. I'm scared of space.
I don't want to spend 3
Wait,
months
am I?
traveling.
Yeah,
I was gonna say,
exactly.
am I guaranteed to get back
No,
home?
I don't think you- no, I don't
or
think
this
you
is
can-
Apollo 13 stuff. I'm trying to.
You
get
will
home.
be as safe as a modern astronaut is, right?
Look, the moon just looks like a big rock. I'm
Look,
good.
the moon doesn't have Floribama.
Well, but we
The
are.
moon does not have Floribama.
True, very true. But we are tempted a little bit by ZRG.
No,
no,
that does
okay,
nothing
never
for
mind.
me.
I don't care.
I don't care about that. I like my feet on the ground.
I can go to they have places that can do that for you. You know what I mean? Like you can pay to go into a plane
Yes.
and have that feeling.
Yeah, I want to do that.
Yes.
I really would love to do that. Ask the bench, who would headline your $500,000 fraternity rager?
Ooh.
I love this.
If it has to be a frat.
It's a frat, though. So,
yeah.
So you need somebody a little
500,000?
over the hill. I mean, now, if I could get Chapel Roan to play, I would get Chapel
Stop
to
it.
play.
We're done. No.
For sure.
Kid Cudi would be the obvious answer.
Yeah, I would
That's what I
love
was gonna say, but
Love
I think
Cudi.
he would cost more than $500,000.
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. It's kind of probably more. That's a lot of money.
He's still doing
for a
this. He was.
set.
I think he was at Coachella.
Yeah, I
think
he's still big.
500,000
He's
is
still big, but like $500,000
500K
for
Y'all,
an hour.
How many times? Well, I guess y'all didn't go to frat parties, but how many times did I see Afro Man?
Afro Man every time.
Or
Afro-Man plays
Corey
at every
Smith.
frat party. Yep,
I
Corey
saw,
Smith. Shout out
Corey Smith, Dave Barnes, Mark Broussard.
Yes.
Drinking
Ben
again.
Harper.
My goodness. We were, y'all,
Hey.
I don't know
I
if
actually
this is.
had Dave
Chill out
Barnes
on
for.
Ben
Hey,
Harper.
wait. I don't know
That's
if.
not a bad thing.
No, it's good.
No, I had Dave Barnes play a concert for my foundation. It was like
Yeah.
like
He will
five-
continue
like
to
between
show up.
5
We
to 10
love it.
grand to have Dave Barnes.
I don't know. You know how there's like a band that always plays? So we have a place in Starkville that's kind of like the Varsity. And like kind of the same bands rotate through it.
Yeah.
And then they'll have like their big bands. And we were in Starkville for a baseball series a couple weeks ago, and we drove past, and the sign out front was saying what bands were coming. And a band called US. I don't know if they ever came to Baton Rouge. But they're. It could be, yes, us. But basically, they're just an 80s cover band. They were our Molly Ringwalds.
Okay, hell yeah.
You know, and like.
I love Molly Ringwald.
But like,
Yeah,
but
me
they
too.
were playing, like, fully playing when I was in college, and they are just
Still doing it. You
still
know,
doing it.
It turns out when you get a job, you kind of got to stick with the job.
But I mean, they're not
Right?
from
I mean,
Starkville. They're not from Starkville.
Yeah, but you got to get
But
paid.
they're always playing that same venue, and everyone loves it.
Aspen's favorite baseball comedy movie.
Rookie of the year.
Oh, Major League.
Bull
Yeah,
Durham.
I mean, Major League's probably the best.
Bull Durham is the
but,
right answer.
That's more.
I don't feel like I've seen Bull Durham.
Benchwarmers.
It's a comedy.
It's
a yeah.
Benchwarmers is hilarious.
You've never seen Bull Durham?
I never get mad when you haven't seen movies, and now I'm
Costner?
furious.
I threw that up there like an egg, and he scrambled the son of a.
I don't know what you're talking about. Ask the bench. Could you see Louisiana get an MLB and team in the future? No.
No.
Ask the bench. Would you rather watch a baseball game with Hunt or go to the club with T-Bob? Come
Go
on.
to the club with T-Bob.
Go to the club with
I'm
T-Bob.
clubbing with
Hunt would
T-Bob.
be-
Come on,
I'd just be mad the
100%.
whole time.
Ask the bench. Can Rivers assure us that Hail State is not the team Schloss was accusing? Oh, Schloss was accusing Georgia, right?
I think
Of
it
cheating?
was.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, for
I'm
sure.
full out on Georgia after our series, so definitely Georgia.
Me and Rivers were talking about this, so it's just so hard to discern what's actually
I
cheating in
know.
baseball.
Baseball's so weird because like there are boundaries. You cheat, you don't cheat, but like sometimes you can cheat and it's okay.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't know if what he did was not okay or not. As mentioned, you have one more chance to go to Blockbuster. You can get one game, one movie, one snack. What are you choosing?
Wait, you know what movie I would rent because I never did and I looked at it every time I walked in was that movie with the person and her mouth was open. It's not Silence of the Lambs. Everyone's
With the
gonna cover me.
butterfly
The
coming
butterfly
out?
was coming
the
out.
Mothman Prophecies. Yeah.
I would rent that because I always looked at it. I never rented it.
For me, that
Hellraiser
would
was
be
that
like-
for me.
yeah.
Pinhead.
It was
For
the
me,
snowman,
both
and
those
you
were
look
up
at
there.
it one way and it was fine,
Oh,
and
yeah.
then you turn and it's got like the sharp
Oh,
teeth.
yeah.
I was
Jack
like,
Frost.
that was
Okay.
It would be probably Killer Clowns from Outer Space for me.
Great movie.
I haven't seen it, but I watched that.
Yeah.
I saw that cover a million times.
Yeah, do y'all remember the thrill of like
Clay
reaching
Fighter
up to
would be
the
the
to the
game.
top row of a new release and going to push it back to see maybe just
17th
maybe
floor. Do
it might
y'all
be
remember
there.
17th floor?
No.
We're gonna deep dive after the show, but they were another person who like cycled through in college. They were around.
Ask the bench. Thoughts on? Oh wait, here I lost it. You remember Bag of Donuts? Of course you remember Bag of Donuts.
Yeah,
I freaking
yeah,
love
yeah.
Bag of
Yeah.
Donuts, dude.
It's one of those bands.
Hashtag Ask the bench.
Cowboy Mouth.
I love Cowboy Mouth. The name of the band is Cowboy. Actually, 07 Endymion after the Natty. Matt Flynn on stage with Cowboy Mouth. All-time memory.
Yeah.
Ask the bench. Favorite Star Wars movie?
Revenge of the Sith.
Empire Strikes Back.
Yes, same. Okay.
Chapel will be at Hangout Fest. You gonna go? I wish.
Ooh,
I know. I just Hangout Fest. The
Wait, like
lineup.
Hangout Fest, like at the beach?
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
go short.
lineup. The lineup
What?
is incredible.
Can we go?
I would go with you.
What time? What time? What
Can we
day?
get Matt to do a remote?
What day is it? What day is it?
Surprise! It's a whole
It's
weekend.
like around this
It's a whole
time.
No,
weekend.
like what
of
day
the year.
like a year? Like
Oh,
when?
it's in the summer.
Okay.
Off
like-
the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Early summer, I think.
Early summer, or
Yeah.
maybe mid-summer. I
Our
don't know.
guys
no, I think it's
want
early
us to go
summer.
do a
What
remote
you gotta
there.
do? Lord Mail.
MMR, the largest privately owned electrical and instrumentation contractor in the entire nation, is seeking talented individuals to join the team. And check it out, y'all. For 3 decades now, MMR has been headquartered right here in Baton Rouge, but they got offices all over the globe. And I don't care if you're a student seeking internship, seasoned pro, or you're just starting out, MMR has a variety of positions for you. So you want to join a dynamic culture? You want to join a company with outstanding benefits? Apply now at mmrgrp.com, mmrgrp.com.
You can put it in your search engine as well. MMR Baton Rouge is going to pull up the same way. It's going to give you a full list of careers that they have available for you, locations where they have those careers. You can also go to their website like T-Bob just gave you, mmrgrp.com, mmrgrp.com.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Power up your next project with John Deere Deals by Sunshine. Whether you're working hard or playing hard, our knowledgeable team will help you find the right product for you. Ask us about our amazing tractor package promotions. Learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
The best kept secret in town is out. Discover Tallulah at the Renaissance Hotel on Bluebonnet.
When it comes to ending cancer, we push forward, always working together for you. That's why our cancer experts at Ochsner have clinically integrated with MD Anderson Cancer Center. This means advanced cancer care, including access to life-saving clinical trials and integrating care to treat the whole you. Introducing Ochsner MD Anderson Cancer Center. Long live you.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared toward seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985